We'll be back at 2. For now, you've got Joey options and you've got Sharif. Go get them.
Boom! I can't with this guy. Greetings and salutations, beautiful people. That is your boy Joey Options, and I am Sharif. And we're gonna wait for everyone to come on over from the other stream. Is he frozen? No. I can see the screens moving behind him. Get it together, Joseph. Come on now, man. We got a show to do, baby. Let's go. Who else we got here? We got Yannick, Juan, Charlie, Brian, Pitch Bull. We got Omera and Super yes, Vern and Drop Straight 6V and 2 New York Cents. How about Mike K, Nolan Mendoza, my man Bovin, Unlimited Potential. He's laughing up a storm. We got Anish, we got Justin, we got Charlie, we got Why Not, and Stevenson ATN. And we have Lai Yi, Ray 2885, and Rev Boo. Shout out to Cass M and Maxi Jr. Grateful for Bitcoin. Bang! Just Living in Mew Life. Shout out to the OG Darwin, always dancing up a storm in the chat. Charlie and Mary. Who else we got here? Ja L Press. We got Rahman. We got Mark. Stefan. We got, who else? We got 2 Stefan. We got Stefan and Stefan. And right back to back right there, baby. Okay, I like that. Gladys G. Peach Bonbon. Brian Denali and Soul Queen 88. We got your Huckleberry and BF Triple X. Okay, I see what you said they were doing. Pizza Rat. Who else, man? We got Chad. Pizza. Who do we got, man? Oh, yeah, that's your boy right there. Ron John. We got Rami. The Nightcrawler. Get it. You get it, bro. Sia Klon Mix. Who else over here? Pro Day Trader and Benjamin Wiki. We got Holly. We got City Boy 305. Shout out to Miami. And Cute Me and Steph Furness. Last one there. Shout out to Steph. Hope everybody is having a fantastic morning. It is one of those markets, man. We're up, we're down, we're all around. A lot of great catalysts today. You thought maybe, you know, the microchips, especially like the likes of Nvidia, would start running. Not the case, guys. Very interesting day on the markets. We'll keep an eye out on everything. I'm already hearing that Adara's got breaking news. We got 2 different live conferences right now. We got the Donald talking to Keir Steimer on speakerphone, and we also have Altman and Lisa Su and the bunch testifying before Congress. Adara, what are you telling us now?
Yeah, I'm covering both right now, focusing, of course, on the Trump conference. But yeah, basically what's happening here is apparently the 10% tariff stays on, according to Howard Lutnick. Not super specific as to what, but we do have a push lower here in the market. He also said that this deal that they're going to be having here at the UK will add $5 billion of opportunity for U.S. exporters. So more talks on the U.S.-UK trade deal. I don't think any reporters have asked questions yet. Right now, Trump's just calling on members of his team to discuss and opine on the deal they just announced with the UK. Keir Starmer, Prime Minister of the UK, was briefly on speakerphone at one point, but Donald Trump did hang up on him, and that part of the event is over. Back to you.
Dara, yeah, I see Howard Lutnick right there with him on the TV over there. Joseph, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, guys, I mean, I was shooting today. Unfortunately, I'm red now. It is what it is. So you can see that we took a long here on IBIT, but then we caught the bottom really nice, and then that's the crazy thing. I was heavy. I was double size than I was here, and then we get that move above, and then we just get that dump, and then we climb and establish some new highs. And I'm like, that is so frustrating, but that's all right. And then NVDL as well too.
Jeez.
Just absolutely smoked on NVDL here. So yeah, I'm not going to try to trade this thing anymore, but we're going over to Adara.
Bang.
Boeing rocketing up here. Howard Lutnick, who is, of course, the U.S. Commerce Secretary, he said that they're still going to let Rolls-Royce engines come in, and they're going to be able to put these engines in these Boeing planes tariff-free. So it looks like some of these Boeing engines from Rolls-Royce, which I guess is how they build things, that is not going to be featuring tariffs. So tariff exemption for Rolls-Royce engines for Boeing planes, specifically mentioned, pushing higher here for BA. Trump also just posted something on Truth Social, so I'm going to take a look at that. Yeah, he's just posting here about their first trade deal. He's still sitting at his desk, so unclear if he posted it or someone from his team did. But either way, Trump on Truth Social, not anything we didn't know. BA to the upside on these Rolls-Royce engine tariff-free news. Back to you.
Take it.
Yeah, thanks for that, Adara. So there we go, Boeing climbing out of turbulence, and
love it.
Gaining
it's not only Adara that can punt around here, baby.
Gaining in altitude here, Sharif, as well too. So looking really nice here at 188.92. Let's see if we can break through some of these resistance zones. We're going to zoom up the daily, and here you can see it right here, folks. Punching through that with that volatility, that's a positive sign. Now you're clearing a lot of areas. So there you go, Boeing continuing to climb and fly higher there, guys. All right, good look. Let's see if we can add into this IBIT trade. Going to be aggressive, guys, and you're going to see it here. Live. So Are
you doing it live?
I'm doing it live, man. I'm back into some IBIT. I agree with what Katina Man was saying earlier. I don't think that Nvidia is going to be a long just yet. It can happen today. But also pull up your options chain and take a look at the supply zones through 119 and 120. I was talking about this last week. We were waiting for those contracts to roll over and to see what was going to happen. And then sure enough, though, as you can see from a strike price standpoint, we were sitting in the lower teens. And then now those contracts have lifted to 119, 120. And then when we got that volatility spike yesterday on the exemption of some of the chip exemptions, there you go. You can see 119.48 was that high. Couldn't get through that 103,000 current open contracts at 120. And that was displayed completely today, and you have to listen to what the market was telling you. And I'm trying to long this name. It doesn't matter. It's a short today, in my opinion. Have to follow and listen to what the market is telling us. And that supply zone through 119 and 120, it definitely came into factor, Sharif.
Absolutely. We're trying to go long Boeing here for a breakout. I just got 191.50s. Looking at winning the beak at 192. Anything below 191, I'm gonna flatten out. So I'm gonna risk 50 pennies here on the pop up. We got a 2-candle retracement on the one right now, with the current candle a little bit higher than the previous area low. It did hold 191 last time around. Here we go again. We're trying to make an attempt at 192. So let's see what happens here. We're stuck at about 191.50. Not going to give this that much room. We're going to have to basically manage risk because this is not my specialty, trading these large caps. But we'll see if we can take a breakout here. I'm also involved in another small cap gapper at the moment. It goes with the ticker JBDI. I'll get to that one in a second. I just want to see how this Boeing trade resolves. As I mentioned, we had a bit of a pullback. Here we go. Now we're moving back up into the upside right now, but I'm still not getting any prints south of that 192. So we've got a breakout. Boom! To the high side. There we go, Joseph. All right, we'll wet the beak there a little bit again. So if we can get a little bit more, we did get that nice move up, but we're still not getting continuity through that higher level. So the spread here is about 20 pennies. Yes. Right now. I'm unable to really kind of get that next one. So I had multiple outs there waiting at 192. Only got one, didn't get the other. So still packing my patience right now. We're about 10 pennies out of the money. As I mentioned, anything below 191, I'm going to have to flatten out. And it does look like it is losing the bid a little bit. So it's got a 3-candle pullback now. If I'm used to use the initial candle on the 1 minute at 11:07, that one was the first one that went red. Yeah, so here we go. We are going to stop out over here. So we'll give back a little bit there. A little bit of a tougher one here on Boeing. You didn't really, you win some, you lose some. We'll keep an eye out on that. This one we're doing well on though. JBDI, taking out my levels over here, 17, 18, 19, 20 still eludes me despite the fact that we've got 20 here on the ask side of the level 2. Alas, it is a 2-penny spread. 18 showing up on the bid. So I've got bupkis from this one so far. Still keeping my eye on this one. A great V-shaped retracement off the volume weighted average price, but still waiting for that print at 20s. Lots of small cap gappers, guys, to talk about today. Just allow me to load up the chat. Where did my chat go, man? It like evades me. I don't know why. Anyway, that's okay. We'll load up a new one here, Joseph.
Breaking the law.
Yeah, I know, man. It's a bit of a bamboozler there, much like Boeing was there to me. So
come to me,
it's
please.
all good. All right, Adara does have more news at the big boy desks, or in her case, the big girl desk. What do you got, Adara?
Indeed, I do, Sharif. So we do have the Q&A portion of the event starting here with Donald Trump being asked some questions by the press. I'll let you guys know if anything of note is happening there, but just be aware, Q&A portion of Donald Trump's trade announcement with the UK has just begun. Back to you.
Clan there behind him. I like how he's sitting. Everybody else has to stand. No. look, bro, he's the only one that gets tired. Everybody else has got legs of steel. So you guys stand behind me. I'll sit down. I'll be comfortable. The cameras will be over here. And then we will worry about you guys later. Maybe I'll leave you guys a tote bag or something like that for visiting. So shout out to Donald. No, in all seriousness though, guys, I'm quite happy that we're starting to get the ball rolling. As I made very clear yesterday, I was not very pleased with the pressure that he's constantly under to get deals done. I think it weakens his negotiating hand. By his hand, I'm talking about the United States' negotiating hand, because China's certainly not dealing with their media in the same way, constantly under pressure. Where are the deals? Where are the deals? You know, they can just tell them to shut the hell up over there. Here, we can't really do that. And so I think there is a bit of a power dynamic difference there, Joseph. So we'll keep you guys apprised of that, guys. If I could show the screen, we're looking now at a 1 penny spread here on JBDI. Still waiting for that 20 penny cross and pop, but not getting it quite yet. We're going back to Adair.
Not Trump related, but eBay here, EBAY, really strong. Josh Brown, we know. Josh Brown pump right now for EBAY of Ritholtz Management and the Compound podcast. He just said that eBay is his new long idea live on CNBC. So Josh Brown apparently down for being long for eBay. Also, Donald Trump saying that his trade deal with the UK is a conclusive deal and they can grow it. It is worth noting again, earlier today he said that they're still going to be ironing out details in the next few weeks with regards to the UK deal. Back to you.
Adair, go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks, guys. All right, guys. So we had Bitcoin knocking on the door of that 100,000. I believe it was 99,900 at one point overnight here. So we're looking for the breach of this high day. If we don't get it, then I'm just going to have to flatten out this position here. So I think this is going to be potentially the move, a couple liquidity grabs, and then now we're looking to kind of breach that high day, and that will put us right at that $100,000 price target. So yeah, it's not looking too good. I mean, one thing to note is that it's healthy. These big moves up are relatively healthy, but these breaths don't seem. We need the market to participate. These breaths?
Oh, yeah, that's what. My bad.
You thought I. Oh, okay.
No, I didn't think anything. Okay. I'm just wondering, brother. That's all. That's all. You know what I mean?
All right. No, yeah. So the breath here, because that's what these things need to do. They need to breathe, right? So you can see the ebbs and flows of what's going on. So hopefully the volumes continues to dwindle here on the 1 minute time frame. Bang, and we get another pop. We need to break through this resistance zone, 5670. Come on, let's pop through this, guys. I'm punching heavy here, to be honest with you. I told you I'm red. Finished the nice day yesterday, but again, want to make this move, want to get this crack of the high day. I mean, Bitcoin can really start to move, and this is what I want to see. You're not in it, are you? Are you in the dollar?
No. We're 10 pennies off being in the dollar club,
let's
Joseph.
go 10 pennies. All right, I'm just gonna be a smart trader here and just take about 20% off right here. Bang, that's that. We'll lock in some profits here, but we're gonna hold off for the majority of this position. I still have 80%. We're looking for this breach of that high and into that $100,000 level here. Pizza Rat, I told you, when things are working, you have to continue to let them work. I look at my phone yesterday and I'm like,
what happened?
I'm like, what's going on? Yesterday, Nvidia was this, and then I come back from working out and my run in the outdoor gym, and I look at my phone and I'm like, Nvidia 160 or 119, let's go. Bitcoin ripping. I woke up in the middle of the night, see it at like 98,000. I'm like, let's go. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, it's time to party. And then I came here, and then I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm really ready to party here. And then sure enough, some things don't always work out. So you want to humble yourself, be calm. Sharif was sitting next to me. He's like, bro, go for a walk. I'm like, it's too late for that. I can't do it.
I tried, and then he punched back in.
Yeah,
and then I
got it. Yeah. I'm like, no, but I contained it. No, that's the thing.
You did.
I contained it. And now we're still live, and then this is what we're doing. We're going to take another 10% off here at the break of this high. 56.75 is going to be that target. Let's go Bitcoin, 100K. Pizza Rat told you, Sharif and I even said 100K by Friday. It's Thursday. Let's see if we can get to those levels.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Here is VEEE, guys. So VEEE up 180%. Boom. We went long there at 6 1/3, and then I wet the beak at 7 1/5. So I'm happy with this trade, but we're exhausted our shares. So now the deal is There's a seller here at 20. They just got taken out. So now we can get the micro pullback. So the seller at 20 is gone. Do we get continuity? I'm going long again. There we go. I don't know what we got. We got 26s. Looking for the mid-30s for the first beak wetter there. Let's layer the orders possibly here. Now there's a seller at 22. What the hell is this? This is new. Okay, so we're going to give this to 7. Not going to risk too much over here. Looking for that seller to get taken out. 27s now. 30s. Boom, boom to the high side. Here we go again. And boom again, Joseph.
Oh my days.
Boom, man. Boom and freaking boom. VEE. It keeps going. So get the micro pullbacks, baby. That's what we're talking about. When it explodes in this fashion, when it's basically parabolic to the high side, what you're looking at doing is getting that small retracement. It hits 780, drops down to 750, you hit the buy button super quick on the way to 8, okay? So that's what I mean by these micro pullbacks. You got to be super fast. It's obviously a little dangerous. Let's just call it a spade, okay? Because it doesn't have to continue. Can turn $1 on you in a second. That's just the nature of these beasts. Get it, Tisha. All right, man. I see Tisha there. She's lighting it up in the chat. She was yelling about VEEE as well. So I know she's looking at this one. Wishing you a very, very successful small cap day, Tisha. Let me know how it goes. All right, so we're watching this one approach 796 high a day. We're taking out the sellers there, guys. There it is, 798 high a day. Here comes 8. Expect a little bit of resistance here, man. We've been parabolic since 5. So we are really getting extended, and there goes 8. 812 high day. What I was about to say there before I had to interrupt myself is we're getting quite extended away from the 10 exponential moving average on the 5-minute chart. And what I mean by that is as I use the 10 EMA on the 5 for these small cap gappers as an informal gauge of overbought and oversold conditions. When we're too far away from the 10, I look for a retracement a little bit closer to the 10. And now we're real far away. We're $2.50 away here. So it's a proportionate thing, obviously. Not $2.50 on every stock is going to mean that you're far away, right? Everything is relative. So here we come down to 8. There's a buyer here at 8, right at 8 and 801. So the shorts having trouble dropping this below 8. Is this an invitation to get in? I don't think so. Not for me. We're too extended. I need a pullback. I want a 7. I want a 6.5, something like that. I wouldn't want to chase it up here. Maybe it goes, maybe it doesn't. It's pulling back aggressively into 7 3/4 here. We're looking like we're going to lose 7 3/4, possibly down into 7 2/3. We're holding up at the 4/5 of a dollar, knocking the door of the whole dollar again. Alas, we are below 8. 210% is the percentage up on the day, and it just occurred to me that I didn't tell you anything about this stock. Trade Ideas says a float of 1.03 million shares, so needless to say, that is quite small. And by virtue of that, it can become parabolic. Short float, kind of negligible. There's another high day, 834, kind of negligible here. 3.16% is the amount of or the percentage of the float board for short. That's not big. And we keep moving up into that 8 1/3. Again, it's an 834 high day. We're zigging and zagging right now at the $0.25. It's been a fantastic breakout here, Joseph, for VEEE.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Let's go, Bitcoin, as we continue to climb here, guys. So, yeah. We're waiting for this crack. Hopefully we can get some volume and momentum to step in here and we just go absolutely parabolic. That would be fantastic, and your boy would be more than giddy than he already is right now. But Gorb, I'm gonna DM you on that. I'm gonna tell you some stuff too. It's just basically what Kramer just says all the time: own it, don't trade it. I told you guys that I've been swinging IBIT and NVDA, and I'm gonna elaborate to Gorev on that a little bit later. I'm gonna DM there, my guy on X. But I mean, here we go. We're continuing to move. This is exactly what we want to see. I'm gonna take another a fraction of a percent off right here, another 5% at this high a day. There we go. So this is working out really well. We're just slowly chiseling away at these losses that we endured earlier in the session. So let's see if we can get this thing to move. I mean, Sharif and I said Bitcoin 100K by Friday. It's Thursday, so we got time on our side for that front. And I'm liking this, guys. But I wish I could read my numbers to you. Okay, so I think I have the 110 calls. They filled me on Tuesday. 110 calls. I put my bids out on Sunday, and then I got that filled. So I'm in NVDA 110 calls, My shares are, I don't know where my shares are an average of 107 in NVDA as well too. Trim some on that front. Shares in Bitcoin average $47. Contract at 49 or 50 or something along those lines. And here we go.
Get it.
Sharif.
Where
We just
at,
broke
man?
through that 100K. This is what I was saying.
man.
We just broke through that 100K, and I said we need that volume, we need that momentum to step in. My camera's kind of being fidgety, so I'll look maybe over here. Is this where we're at? We're doing it live. We're absolutely killing it. It doesn't matter which camera we're looking at. We're live. We're printing up storms. It's a good time. It doesn't matter the time or the day. Catch us here every morning, 8:30 till 4:30 every single day, putting on these monster trades. You've seen Katina Man doing it. You're now seeing Sharif doing it. I'm doing it. I just pieced them out there for you guys. Let's go.
He's got, you know what you got?
What?
You know what you got?
Zoomies. Yeah, but now that Bitcoin just dumped on your
We got to go
boy.
to Darius. She's got breaking news.
Man.
I do. So Donald Trump here being asked about tariffs in China, asking if he'd ever lowered them. He said could be lowered if the tariff talks go well. He also said basically that, well, they can't go any higher. They're already at 145%. So it sounds like he's not looking to raise these tariffs. He said if the talks go well, they could be lowered. But he did indicate yesterday or a couple days ago that he's not interested in lowering the tariffs as a negotiating tactic. So it sounds like these tariffs are only going to be lowered if the talks in China are friendly and they go well. He's expecting a friendly meeting, apparently, because he's mentioned his past friendship here with President Xi of China. Back to you.
All right, guys, we're getting fired up,
we're
man.
fired up,
I hope you guys are having a good time with us. You know how the Bash Brothers do, man. We're just full of energy, and we got coffee. So that
No
kind of
coffee.
helps.
2 days. Monday and Tuesday I drank coffee. But yo, I'm gonna be honest, man. When I'm on the show, I don't know. It just affects me too much. I can't think straight.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not good with
Well,
coffee.
everybody gets hit a little bit
Caffeine there.
different there. So
Let's go.
get it,
Bitcoin,
man. What's going on?
Get
Over
it.
there?
It's going right back up,
bro.
right back up, man.
Well, you gotta
Let's
anticipate
go.
some profit taking at that level. People are gonna be taking profit 100,000.
Oh, well, your boy did. So.
Yeah, oh, exactly,
So
right?
there- So there we go.
Exactly.
Yeah, good stuff there, guys. We love you all. Sharif and I were having a great time. You know what? I'm going to be a smart trader right here. I'm going to trim a little bit more off here. What do I want to take off? Okay,
I'm
going to take 33% off right here. There, Sharif, bang. So we'll lock that in there, guys. Oh, bang, and there we go for another big move. Man, 125 by your birthday may be in the works.
I don't think so, dude.
Again, it's a little
really don't
bit.
think
So what is
so.
it? The 25th, right?
Yeah, the 25th.
Dude,
yeah.
we got time. There's a lot of time still left in your favor, and I mean, it's nothing for this to put in. I guess like if we hit that 100K mark, it is 25% away. But Bitcoin puts in $7,000, $8,000, even $10,000 sessions. So if you get a couple strong ones and some healthy pullbacks around like 1% to 2%, you're sitting pretty good. I think it's going to be a neck and neck race up until that point. Yeah. I think it's going to be relatively close. But I mean, let me pull up the Bitcoin chart here, guys, and just kind of what I was thinking about, and it correlates with what my thesis was on NVDA as well too. So I'm gonna pull it up here, and we're gonna see what we had cooking up. We're gonna go to the daily.
And Neil's making a good point too,
What's he
Joseph.
saying, brother?
He's talking about that 109 level where we double top. No, can we? Thank you.
Yeah, right here, right?
Yeah. That's gonna be a tough level to clear.
Absolutely, we're
know
gonna
what I
want to
mean?
see. We're gonna want to see this. Oh my God, it's going parabolic right now.
It's parabolic.
Oh my God, let's
go
Bitcoin. Oh my God, let's go.
Let's go Bitcoin, man.
Let's go, man. This is insane. It doesn't even want to film me. Oh my days. Let's go, man.
Okay,
oh
Bitcoin,
my
bro.
God, I don't even know what to say, Sharif. Take it. I got to manage this
Bitcoin
position.
is going to zero,
Wow.
Joseph. Stop misleading the people, bro.
Oh my.
It's going to zero, Joseph. No, I'm being obviously very facetious right now on purpose, guys. I happen to be a big believer in Bitcoin now. I'm a convert. It took me many years, but here I am. All right, guys, we're still keeping an eye on VEE over here, or VEEE, excuse me. It's zagging with that $8 area. It's unable to clear it quite decisively. But I'm looking back now at my JBDI trade. We're out of half the position. Now we're 1 penny out of the money. So we're right back at VWAP. Here's what I'm doing. I'm moving up my stop to the breach of 110. So I have to actually manage this one quickly over here before we go back to V, so I'm just going to throw in my stop there. There we go. Now I can keep my eye on V. So now we've got a 2-candle retracement here on VEEE. We're all the way back down into about 7 3/4. The previous candle has a low of 751. What does that tell me? That tells me that it defended that area's psychological support. I'm talking about that 50 penny level, aka the $half level. That was on one occasion. Here we are again down into 2/3. Do we find support again at that 50 penny level? Do we even make it back down? And if we do, is it a long, right? Because then it will be yet another lower high with the same area low, being that $half, aka, you know, we could get a flat bottom break. Here we are at 52. Someone's buying up a storm, and we just lost it. So there's another lower high right now. Or sorry, excuse me, lower high and lower low. I wasn't wrong with that. Lower high and lower low on VEEE. Let's keep an eye out on this one. Look, the 10 EMA that you know I use all the time is at 6 2/3. Above that, obviously, is the psychological area of support, $7. So let's see, number one, does this give up the ghost at 7? If it does it hold up at 6 2/3? So I'm all eyes right now on VEEE, looking at getting back in. But my man Bovin was also telling me that KIDZ is also running. Where the hell is K? Oh, I didn't load it up, Bovin, because I was busy trying to trade Boeing, which I'm not supposed to be trading. Here it is. So KIDZ, Bovin, working up it's to 6. It's got trouble with 6, though. Multiple times it's rejected 6, but here we are on the door of 6. Yet again, 599 with a high day of 610. It's been very respectful of the 10 EMA as well. So KIDZ is a bamboozler, though. It is a former convict. It has done bad things to me in the past. So this one kind of like the one we were talking about yesterday, bull. If it's shown you its propensity to false breakout or false breakdown, it likely will do it again, okay? So if you've seen that once, you might see it again. So just keep that in mind, and I remember that on KIDZ. Joseph, you good over there, bro? What's going on over there, man? The breakout's on.
Yeah. It's the big time on. There we go. I'm posted up there again, man. What a monstrous trade. We got to clip this. Andre and Fabian over there. We got to clip this breakout because when we went parabolic there, that was absolutely insane. Let's go. Now what, 5%? What are we actually trading on this underlying?
What?
This is crazy. I don't know. I'm actually curious. Like what we're trading at 100,000, just like that, man. In a span of a couple of days, we're absolutely amped and hyped. Now all we need is Nvidia to kind of stop sucking. But here we go. And we're still continuing to climb, man. We're going to a dare. We got to hear about some news.
Oh, yeah.
We have Donald Trump talking right now here. He was asked about the China talks. I think it's interesting. They were asked, are they actually going to have some negotiations? What is this meeting going to be? And he said, the China talks will be substantive. We're not going to be meeting just to have a meeting. So it looks like they're trying to at least get some kind of deal here. He says that, quote, China wants to do some things. So basically, of note here, as the market pushes higher, it looks like Donald Trump and his team are aiming for substantive and hopefully, some talks that result in a negotiation here from China, at least according to Trump's answer in this Q&A. He wants substantive talks with China. He does not want to have a meeting just to have a meeting. Back to you.
Oh, baby. Get it, Donald. Get it, Donald.
Get
it. Sorry. We're on one today, baby. We're on one today. Nobody said anything about it.
But see, the thing is, though, it's such a... See, Sharif, you know me already. It's already a love-hate relationship. Yesterday, I'm cursing Donald. I come back from my workout, look at my phone, and I'm like, yes, Donald, I love you. Like, you know what I mean?
I told you, bro.
Yeah,
look, I said it one time. I'm not going to say it again. This man will flip the switch on you quick.
Exactly.
So get ready. You got to be on his good side. You got to be on his good side.
Man. But, man, honestly, guys, we got to... Andre, Fabian, please, let's clip this breakout. Let's clip this trade. We got to make a YouTube short about it. It's going to be one of the best YouTube shorts of all time ever. The best one ever.
No.
Next to the VWAP.
There you go, bro. Don't disrespect the VWAP video like that.
Don't disrespect the VWAP video. But that breakout was absolutely insane. I told Sharif how many shares I had, and he's like, yo, let's go, bro.
Crazy.
Yeah, well, it's a good time. Let's see if we can continue this breakout here north of 100K, or we just decide to give it all back. But great stuff, man. Having a blast with you guys. What a monstrous run there on IBIT.
Yes, sir. I'm still keeping my eye here on V. I see you, Tisha. Tisha says, nice curl there on V off the bottom. It is, Tisha, but it's kind of a candle of indecision right now. It still hasn't made a new high above the previous 5-minute candle, Tisha. That previous one has a high there of exactly $8. Donald Trump is making news, and that is why we have Adira at the big desk. What did he say now, Adira?
What he said here is that the 10% baseline is set, but it's not a template for future deals. So sounds like we're going to have any number of tariff deals. It sounds like it's going to be kind of on a country-by-country basis. It is worth noting, I want to mention again, earlier today, we did have Trump say that he is open to bringing down the 145% tariff on China, provided the talks go well. He has obviously already said he's not going to lower it as a negotiating tactic. He's not lowering it unless we have some good results here from these talks. But yeah, Donald Trump saying that this 10% tariff is a baseline, but by no means is that the rule. Back to you.
Yeah, I think we're definitely going to see something, I think it's fair to say at this point, we're going to see something below 145%, which is currently the China tariffs on most things. Yeah, I hope so, Neil. Yeah, you never really know with Donald Trump, right? Yeah, obviously he has to have a baseline there. Otherwise, why the hell did we do this entire thing? He's got to take some money off them. I think that's why we're going through this entire process now. So it would make absolutely no sense if things went back to normal before that. But don't forget, guys, before this whole thing happened, 25% tariffs were the baseline on China that he's had in play since Trump 1.0. Biden kept the same thing in for the 4 years that he was in power. So we're already taking 25% off the top. The thing is, what really irks the administration is, for whatever reason, under the World Trade Organization setup, China has still got developing nation status. Huh? Does anybody understand that? They're not a developing nation. Has anybody seen the cities in China? Yeah, they're developed. And so I think it's a fundamentally asymmetrical relationship between the two superpowers that needs to get straightened out. How it gets straightened out in the methodology, I think reasonable people can disagree on that. You may not like a style, but I think definitely it was asymmetrical and needed to be straightening out. So we talk about that obviously while we're trading here. Joseph, anything you got on your side?
Oh, yeah, man. We're having a great time over here now, guys. So right back into the game. Shooters shoot. That's it. That's what we do, man. I'm reloaded on. Actually, I'm not reloaded on this, but what a great trade here, guys. Playing that break of the high here. You've seen us do that live. You've seen that breakout. We've seen that volatility stepped in. If you go back and rewind what I was saying moments before we seen that breakout, I'm like, we need that volume and the momentum to step in. And then it just went absolutely crazy. So shout out Michael Saylor and company. It's a great day for the crypto space, man. And you know what, guys? I'm going to be honest with you. And I was thinking this last night. I take into consideration what everybody in the chat has to say. I love everybody's opinion.
Dang.
And one thing that I was just, again, a shower thought, I was like, okay, if you don't believe in Bitcoin, that's fine. But what if I were to just eliminate the name of it, and just hand you statistics, numbered statistics on a certain underlying asset? You had no idea what underlying it was. And if you've seen those numbers, would you then be interested in investing in that? Oh. Ask yourself that question. So eliminate what it actually is, whether you think it's a store value or there's actually no specific use case in it. Eliminate all those factors and just go from a historical standpoint to see what this asset class has done. And if you still say no, then by all means, that's good for you. But I was thinking that earlier, regardless if it's Palantir, Robinhood, Bitcoin, whatever, if you show me numbers that are statistically proven that they increase year over year and go through crazy returns, I'm going to look to get involved in this, Sharif. In this case, that's Bitcoins.
And you and I talked about that. You remember that discussion we had? Like, what were the amount of people that that invested in the markets in general? It doesn't, not just equity markets. That that made that kind of 10-bagger in record time, so to speak, or minted millionaires, so to speak. And we were talking about Bitcoin being one of those asset classes, right? There's been others. There's been Nvidias. There's been Teslas. I'm sure now Palantir. Palantir, obviously, he's minted several millionaires who have been involved in that.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So we've been talking a lot about that.
We've been talking a lot about that, and that's the thing, right? So Emma Hamanda says, I would say no from assuming it's a tulip bubble. But how are you going to assume it's a tulip bubble? You don't know what this class is. I'm handing you a blank piece of paper with specific numbers on its year-over-year increase and other statistics of how much of a percentage it's gained overall, and you're going to say no because there's the tulip? No, tulips are... That was obviously insane, but I don't think this is anything relatively close to the tulip bubble because, again, the ledger...
This is a bubble, bro. We've been over a decade on this thing. What are we saying here?
Exactly. Over a decade with this thing, 13 years or 14 years, whatever it may be in existence, and then look who's buying it. BlackRock, Grayscale.
It's a different game now, man.
It's a different game.
Don't talk to me about 2017 anymore. I don't want to hear it.
It's a totally different game. You got the likes of Michael Saylor. Now you have all these publicly traded Bitcoin miners. You got some of the largest asset managers starting their own ETFs in this name. Forget what it does. Forget you not believing about it. If a lot of people believe in it, get involved in that. People say Palantir's evaluation is way overblown.
It's ridiculous.
Boom.
But you saw a lot of companies growing to their valuation.
Exactly. Multiple expansion. Again, bang. Forget that stuff. Start participating. Start participating. We're here to make money, and that's exactly what's happening.
There it is, man. My man is going on a rant. I love it. And I happen to agree with like everything he just said. So, look, we're not going to convince the Bitcoin skeptics to like Bitcoin. I just don't think that, I think, most people, they've set their mind up at this moment. So that's the situation. Let's see over here what we get. I'm in now at $7. If this loses that 7 or that 690 area, we're gonzino on this. I'm long at 05s. Let's see if this one does meet some buying at that whole dollar level. Here we go. Are we popping up? All right, we took out some there. Let's set up now in the 20s. We're going to wait there for a pop-up. This is a retracement trade, guys. A bit of a dangerous one at that, because this is very volatile at the moment. So de-risking a little bit, 10 pennies in the money, nothing to write home about. Now that I've de-risked a little bit, anything below 7, we're gonzino on this one. Not going to let it go against me. So keeping an eye on that. Here comes 7. We'll drop that, and we'll take about a 3-penny loss on that last little amount, which is fine. We're able to extract a little bit there. So this one, I'm talking about VEEE coming into that 10 EMA and may hold up. So it didn't hold up at 7. The 10 EMA is a little bit below 7 right now. So let's continue to watch. We've got a 4-candle red setup now red setup on the 5. So lower high, lower lows on 4 candles in a row. I'm talking about VEEE, still up 175% and above key technical areas of support. I'm talking about that 10 EMA. I'm talking about VWAP. So it's in play at the moment. Obviously, no really big pre-market high level to talk about there because it really wasn't trading much in the pre-market. In fact, it didn't even have that much volume at the open. The volume started coming in more at around 10 o'clock. So VEEE in focus right now, but south of $7. I'm reluctant to even take my eyes off it because there's so many opportunities. JBDI is the other one I'm involved in right now. It clearly has a seller at 119, and it's had that seller for a while. Now, the thing about this one is I perceive this to be an ascending wedge with higher lows and a flat top. If that is the case, and only if that is the case, then we could get a big boy parabolic move that would take out all my beak wetters that are set up there right now on JBDI. Alas, that 19 seller still unshakable right now by the current buyers. Back to VEEE, we're still zigging. We're still zagging with $7, and by extension of that, we're obviously above the 10 EMA. The 10 EMA south of that whole dollar by about 15 pennies looks to be about in the mid-80s. So I'm going to keep my eye out on this one, looking for a breakout, a bounce off a key area of technical support. Now, 834 is the high, but I'll submit to you, we had a lot of trouble clearing 8, and we've seen this story many times before, where we have a lot of trouble with one specific level, despite the fact that we've made higher highs above that, and that's normal, right? A lot of people taking profits at those levels, so let's see exactly what we get here. We still haven't made that decisive 5-minute candle to make a new high. We still haven't got that, so I'm packing my patience for that, Joseph. That's what I'm looking out for.
Beautiful. We don't want that order rejection. All right, we're going to take a little bit more off here. ladies and gentlemen, just for, there we go. And then we take another
We're almost
move
at
to the top side.
101,000.
Yeah. Like,
we're almost at 101 now.
We need
We're
to
real
clip
close.
that. Yeah, we have to clip that breakout. We caught that live on air,
Ridiculous.
Sharif. That was insane, that volatility spike. Bang. We caught that fill. And then we're going to get another one all the way up here, guys.
Where's it going?
I don't even know anymore. It could go to the moon. It could go to Mars or join Elon over there in Mars for all I care. Because at the end of the day, Sharif, a $100 bill is a $100 bill. You don't want to get it in a sketchy way, but again, money is money. There, we got some more breaking news.
Sorry.
Apple is going absolute parabolic.
What is
if
happening?
I pull up the NVDA chart and it's gone parabolic as well too, I might have to leave, to be honest with you. All right, we're going back to Adara.
Obi's not.
So Trump just said, and I quote, better go out and buy stocks now. So Donald Trump, once again, encouraging us to buy stocks. As he says that, the market bumps. Not as trading related, but I do want to mention here as well that he talked about Powell once again. We did have Donald Trump saying here, a Fed Chair Powell, that he would talk to him, but it'd be like talking to a wall, and he called him too late. So we definitely have more comments here on quote-unquote too late Powell, but we also have market pushing to the upside as Donald Trump announces that everyone should buy stocks. Back to you.
Thank you, Adara. Holy man, it's 40 minutes and the show just went by like that. I don't feel, there he is. Get it, Donald 1.0. We need a Donald 2.0 dancing because there was plenty of him dancing on the campaign trail last time. Wasn't there? There was plenty. Remember he was dancing with the sword? And like he was trying to cut the cake with that sword that they gave him, and he's did his little.
Oh yeah.
It's so
It's
good.
It's
like, Donald, don't poke
chill out.
anybody's eye out, man.
That's
Take it
crazy.
easy there,
Go to buy
Donald.
stocks, guys. That is insane. I don't know if that's even legal. I don't know.
I don't even know, bro. He's the president. So I think he's got immunity. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Sharif.
Yo,
Look
what
at this
happened,
chart,
man?
man.
Yeah, you're
oh my
tripping,
God, I
man.
got it. Yeah.
You're tilting in the opposite way.
Yeah, I'm in the opposite way. That's what I'm saying. We're gonna need a breather, man. I gotta hit the gym or something. Just to blow off some steam. What is it, Thursday?
All right, bro. Look. Just pause for a second.
Breathe,
all right.
right?
You talked about that run yesterday, right? You talked about that run. What the girls in the chat want to know, was it tarp on or tarp off?
Tarp off.
Boom! That's my man. Okay.
First tarp off of the season there. So yeah, we're getting into that. We had a good time soaking up the sun, and your boy needs some sun. So
that's the way it is, Joseph.
That's the way
and
it is.
Yesterday was a banger day.
Man,
anyway, it was ridiculous in Toronto. It was like 24 degrees.
It was nice.
Celsius. Sorry for all my Americans. I know the metric system's very hard.
Oh my God. Okay,
but
pull
yeah,
up my screen. Yeah,
go ahead. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's going absolutely insane. Again, just taking some more off the top. What an absolute beautiful move here. But yeah, we were tarp off yesterday, Sharif.
Attaboy.
The market has gone absolutely parabolic. One thing to note, guys, just pull up your options chains and take a look at NVDA 119, 120, and there's a massive amount of supply. But I mean, if the liquidity steps in and we have that demand north of those strike prices, oh baby, we can really get the ball rolling here. So this is fantastic stuff. Let's go, Epic Strategy. Rivian Millionaire is tarped. Everyone knows now. I'm tarp on right now. I'm tarped off last night on the run. Jay Lee, let's go. Yeah, my guy Jay Lee, a fellow Ontarian.
Oh yeah.
There we go. A lot of shout out all my Toronto people and my Canadians. Shout out to my fellow Americans as well.
Bang.
Hopefully it's getting warm out, you guys, and you guys can start running. Hit those outdoor workout gyms. Come back the next day and just put on crazy fun trades right here live on air. We need that snipped. I'm gonna say it one more time because it's gonna be hot.
All right, thank you. Assassino on the Chilean Nightmare. I've heard you by now. Yeah, but they're good. Adara, what were you asking?
I said the tarp on, tarp off.
Yeah, I'm sure you know what it is now, right? Yeah, sure. Adara,
it's not that bad. Tarp on.
Just shirt on, shirt off, Adara. That's kind of what it means. Yeah. So look, was he running with his top on or top off? That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
No worries. I know tarp. It's not a boat tarp or anything like that for anybody who's wondering.
No, Alex Carp.
Oh, okay, tarp. Yeah, he's not running with his tarp off.
Yeah, you never know.
He can't get his hair through that thing, bro.
I've
It blocks the head hole.
Yeah.
I know you don't watch Seinfeld, but there's a hilarious episode about George like expanding someone's sweater head hole because he's got a bulbous head, bro. He expanding. He's like, I don't want you expanding my sweater.
That's funny.
You know what I mean?
You know that one kind of that iconic picture of Elon Musk standing on like the yacht? It's
of course. Yeah. He looks really bad.
With turf off, and then someone like made a video on it, and they just like took the outline of his body, and then that's how he constructed.
That's so mean.
Yeah. And then
what
that's
did
how
they
he
construct with that?
The Cybertruck.
No, they didn't.
That's how they got the model.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was absolutely hilarious. I was dying laughing.
All right,
You
man.
left, and I was gonna show it to you because I think you went for your walk. And I
That's
seen it
not
on
true,
X.
bro.
Yeah.
Stop trolling Elon, man.
Yeah,
I love
it
Elon,
was
right?
jokes.
Like, he's a good sport about it too. I don't think he got trolled hard after that boat picture, hard. And that was like the only time I've ever seen him take a vacation.
That was,
mind
yeah.
you, like, you know what I mean?
After that, he never took it again. He was just like, I'm never doing that again.
Guys, I'm still waiting for an entry here on our friend VEEE. It's still not putting in a 5-minute candle to make a new high. It's still lower highs and lower lows all throughout. The shorts are currently in control, in my humble estimation, of VEEE. I don't want to get in here. I don't feel this is the right area, despite the fact that it's still above the 10 exponential. I'd like confirmation that we are going to start making higher highs and higher lows, and hopefully we'll get some after we get back from Madeira.
More comments here from Trump, this time about rates, and he's saying a little bit more about Jerome Powell, who he called too late once again a couple of minutes ago. He said that the U.S. is doing really well, even without the Fed cut, and that if Jerome Powell did cut rates, it would be like, quote unquote, jet fuel. So Donald Trump, once again, trying to encourage or nudge the Fed here towards a rate cut as the market pushes even higher. Back to you.
Higher.
So high. Oh. We're going to keep winning. No.
Turn it up.
No,
Turn it up,
Mr.
man.
President. We don't want to win anymore. I'm going to say no. We got to keep winning.
We gotta win more, man.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my
So
goodness.
much winning, man.
All right, here we go, Joseph. I think we just got the first 5-minute candle to make a new high. Now it's either going to be a breakout or a retracement into a newer low, because this is either going to be a false breakout right now on VEEE, or we're going to continue to move up. I'm trying to gauge this, obviously. A lot easier said than done. Trying to keep my eye on the level 2 to see if there's going to be any big buyers at any level, or any level keeps getting rejected over and over that I need to be suspicious. There's a seller of note at. So here we go. We just took out the $0.50. Could we get a little bit more up here? There we go. We'll take out a little bit at that $0.50 right now as it zigs and zags. Let's take out a little bit more here. Boom. All right, here we go again. Now you know where I'm waiting, man. All right, so we have already posted here at 69. Oh, crap, Joseph. Yeah, I took out all my shares. I'll get back in. All right, here we go. So we'll focus on this one. Let's see if this one wants to continue right now. Let's see. We just took out levels at 69. Can we get a move up into 8? We're still technically putting in a bit of a downtrend, despite the fact that the new 5-minute candle to make a new high kind of changed that lower high situation. But if you were to draw a trend line, it still would be a downtrend. What we need is a break and take of $8 on VEEE right now. So trying to pack my patience on this one. Don't want to get into too much too quickly, only to have it maintain that same downtrend of lower highs. And here it is. It's having a lot of trouble taking out 60. So let's see if we can get in here. Okay, now we're breaking out a little bit into the 70s. Micro pullback right now into the 50s. We go long over here. We'll set up some in the high 50s. Boom again. All right, here we go, and we're going to set up some more in the mid-60s here. So if we can get something possibly at around 69, looking for this one to hold the $0.50. Let's see if it does. Anything below that 745, I'm gonzino. It's holding up at the $0.50, but it's really having trouble taking out 60 pennies. Adara, what's up?
Donald Trump was just asked here, well, you know, the market dropped pretty sharply on Liberation Day, and then it rallied back, and Donald Trump cut off the question and said, well, now it's really going to rally after this one. So Trump, once again here, trying to encourage to push the idea of buying right now, saying, here is Fed Chair Jerome Powell, who has also taken some strays here from Donald Trump's talk today. Back to you.
I'm not surprised by that. Of course, he's going to catch a lot of strays. I mean, that's just... He already started this morning, Adara. I don't think he's going to stop. He already started with the, let's just call them insults. So they are what they are. I took several prints, guys, to the high side over here. I've got one Beekwetter left. I'm long 57s, break even on it right now. I did take some in the high 60s and low 70s when it did pop up. So one out left on this one. If it loses 745, I'm out. There's been a buyer at the $0.50 here. So I don't want to paper hand this trade because he's been backstopping up where we're losing the bid. So I'm getting out here. Let's keep an eye out on this one. I'll get right back in if it does hold that $0.50. Oh, there it goes again. Here we go. So let's see if we can get back in on this one. Sorry, my chart looks super convoluted. Let's flip to the 1 so you guys see this a little bit better. I think that should be a bit better of a look. I think I'm going to pack my patience on this one until it clears 8. Right, because I still feel we are having trouble in the high 7s right now, as well as, in the high 7s essentially, and by extension of that, obviously, we're having trouble taking it. And this is what I meant, but we're still in a downtrend. So even though we took out that 5-minute candle high, if you were to draw simple right now a trend line, you can still see it's still lower highs. So don't want to wax poetic too much about this, because the more you analyze, maybe you kind of suffer from analysis paralysis. I just want that break and take of 8. And then I can see what we can do around there. But there is still that buyer. Here we go. That buyer at 7.5 is still buying it up. It's unable to drop for the moment below 7.5. It's always at 50, 52, 51, 50. There's a buyer at literally every level close to that $0.50 right now on VEEE. Joseph, how's Bitcoin doing?
Bitcoin's doing great. Look at Apple as well too, my friend. I know you love Apple.
Oh yeah,
I love-hate relationship there. But it's really knocking on the door of 200. Junior in the chat was asking me, Joe, can that see 200 today? Absolutely. With this volume stepping in. But again, take a look at the chain. We do have a supply zone right at that 200 strike price. Again, at that whole dollar. So just be cautious on that front there, guys. And Jay Lee, he's already like, get those shorts in. He's saying get those shorts in. I'm like, dude.
Well, Jay's permanently bearish for a while now. He already made that clear.
That's fair. I mean, but I don't know if you short this right now, to be honest with you. You're going to have to be patient a little bit and be a little bit patient here and wait for this volatility to really cool off. But yeah, fantastic stuff, man. Again, we're calm now, Woosah, because see, the thing is, though, you see how much fun we're having right now and kind of how excited we are and giddy about things moving. It can honestly turn on a dime.
In a second.
Right? On a dime. So we can go from being like, we're partying for the next couple of weeks or something like that, and then to the point like, oh man, like where you lose hair and stuff like that, right? So we want to calm ourselves a little bit. We want to center, try to stay, I guess being humble is we're already past that part, considering how excited we were earlier. But yes, you can see, guys, volatility is really in right now. Big dump here on IBIT, giving up a lot of what we just gained. So let's see if we can hold that 100K level in Bitcoin and see if the market can hold up here, though. But Apple has gone absolutely parabolic there, guys.
Parabolic.
Yeah, paradise. Remember that song? Who sings that? Coldplay? But
I think it's Oasis.
No, yeah. See, but that's my default, though. I just go, if I don't know the band, I just say,
I'll play it, bro.
Yeah,
is that you, Assassino?
Yeah,
Assassino, because he knows, bro.
I trust Assassino. It's Coldplay, right?
Yeah.
It's Coldplay. Give me the pass. Can I get the, if it's Coldplay, give me the GTA Pass 99 plus there for me.
What does that mean?
You know the
Mission Pass.
Yeah,
Mission Pass. Yeah, I think he deserves that if you got it right.
I'm still waiting on it.
He's looking for it, bro.
He's looking for it. We can't find it. All right, that's okay.
Joseph demanding.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Highly demanding. We got to find that one there quick. So if I can get that Mission Pass there.
Roland, Joe, I was joking, bro. He said Oasis for a different song last year, so I was just trolling him. I don't have no idea who sings the song. I don't even know the song.
Coldplay, you better. There we go.
I know Coldplay. I know who they are, obviously.
Paradise.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I do know
that's
that song.
Coldplay,
Sorry, dude. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Or are you just saying that?
We'll find out right now. Where's my Spotify?
Pull it up,
Paradise, Para.
Yeah, it is Coldplay.
Yeah, it is. It is.
There you go. Mission passed 100.
This guy, he's like, give me my, what's it called? My due regard there.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, before we get demonetized,
we're
going to send it to Adair.
Donald Trump here has said, he said, thank you very much. Looks like he is leaving the podium, or at least that the press looks like they're trying to leave here. Donald Trump is done his press conference where he did announce this trade deal with the UK and twice encouraged us to buy. First, he said, better go buy stocks now. And the second time, he said that the market's really going to rally now. So those are his comments there. This is my quick summary here. He also took, as we mentioned earlier, some shots at Fed Chair Jerome Powell as well, using his new nickname, Too Late. Quick summary here of the Trump conference. It's just RTX. He mentioned RTX again here as a potential contender for his planned air traffic control reboot where he wants to only use one contractor. He's mentioned IBM and RTX as possible contractors here, but he's thrown the names out pretty flippantly, and there's no confirmation there from either company. But either way, RTX at day's highs, like a lot of things here. Back to you.
Don't be so flippant. Get it together.
Anything for you, Maxi Jr.?
Demanded the glasses?
Yeah, what was that Law and Order? I think it was
You're
like
gonna have to
Miami
that,
or something.
bro. Yeah,
A Law and Order in Miami, and Buddy
I
would.
can cut in here if you
Yeah,
like.
yeah, of course.
It was not Law and Order. It was, in my opinion, inferior. CSI Miami.
CSI,
Kane,
yeah.
who was like the least cool man on the planet, would put on his sunglasses all cool.
Always, like it's like at the end of every
I just
scene.
love how she shuts the door.
I love it though. It's fantastic that she knew it. Every scene, he's just like.
Is that what he did?
Yo, at the end of every scene, you would just be like this. I remember watching that before
Good vibes.
going to school. Yeah, good stuff here today, guys. Yeah, we're gonna just let this ride. I don't know how much higher we're gonna climb in Bitcoin today, but we've had a fantastic ride on it so far. So we'll be patient. We'll sit on that. Am I going to add to this position? Maybe so. I haven't decided yet. We'll follow the price action and follow the tape, but that volatility spike was absolutely insane. I believe we're trading north of 100,000 now, so that's a positive sign. So if the ball really gets rolling and Sharif's going to be reporting tomorrow morning about the mass liquidations that's probably happened to all the short sellers here in Bitcoin, especially on that volatility spike. So that's a really positive sign. But again, we're going to sit on to this. I literally have 3% left of my position, so I'll let this ride for the remainder of the day. Maybe we'll add a little bit as well too.
Good luck, Joseph. Good luck, man. Yeah, we're gonna see the data when it comes in tomorrow, but the mass amount of liquidations likely that did take place. We always have that for you, and what we talk about is ETF inflows and outflows. I'll have that information for you in a little bit once we do the news. I'm still keeping an eye here on VEEE. Shout out to Tisha, who brought Pony, Pony, Pony AI to my attention. But Tisha, I think V is on yet another breakout. Still, we're still in a consolidative state because we're still south of 8. The last 3 5-minute candles do feel like a very sideways chop with very definable lows. It's essentially $7 to the low side and about $7.75, maybe at the high point there, $7.80 to the upside. So here we go. We're still holding that $8 area, or sorry, that $7.50 area at the moment. Just give me an opportunity to get rid of these trend lines. Yeah, so I don't want to punch in here quite yet. I'm still waiting for that 8 break, but as I watch this more, I lament not having held my position at 7. So I've gotten into this several times while Joseph was dropping hot lines. I got in at 7, what to beak up to 740, so we're still involved with it, but the breakout trade still eludes us. Here it comes though, man. It feels like the breakout trade is coming now because this candle's got a higher low and a higher high. Alas, it's still south of 8, but for how long? Are we met with aggressive selling at 8? We weren't initially. I mean, at that 11.15, 11.20 pop when we got to 8.34, 8 really didn't hold us back all that much. I think it becomes a little bit different this time around. The shorts are ready. They got the key level off which they can set up their shorts. Profit takers are seeing the range that I'm seeing, that 7 to 8 continental dollar range. So they may be wetting their beak up there for some profits to get the hell out of there because, you know, these ones are around for a good time, not a long time. So we'll see if $8 can get cleared. If it can, I'm very interested in buying. I think I will get into a position as well if it does come in to 7. And I'm going to try to hold it this time, likely with a bit of a tighter stop. Here comes 8. All right, so 797. There is selling at 8. Big selling. Unable to shake it as I anticipated. The shorts are ready this time around. Here comes 8 again. It's being met with aggressive selling. So not surprised by that. Let's see if we are able to clear 8. We're kind of rounding a little bit, like in the sense that we put in the area low, I would say around 11.30, and then subsequent to that, we've got a few higher highs as well as higher lows. So that rounding effect looks like it's taking shape right now. Whether or not we get the big boy breakthrough 8, we'll keep an eye on that. Adair's at the big desk.
The market is at or near day's highs here after a very eventful press conference from Donald Trump. He was about an hour late, but certainly better late than never in this case because he gave the market a nice little push to the upside. He twice encouraged people to buy stocks or said that the market was in a good place to buy stocks here. Great look here. He also talked a lot about Boeing. BA here with Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick saying that Boeing is going to be able to get these Rolls-Royce engines tariff-free and that the UK will be buying $10 billion worth of Boeing planes. Then we have Carvana, one of many earnings names today, but CVNA incredibly strong. Shopify strong as well here. Carvana at day's highs. That was a strong report, about over 30% year-over-year revenue increase and a double beat for Carvana today. More earnings after the bell. You can check those out with Sean and myself on the market recap, including DraftKings, MSTR, and Coinbase. Back to you. Oh, and Neil and his lesson of the day.
Dara, the lesson of the day today, false breakouts. Also, play the trend. The trend is your friend till the end when it bends, but that doesn't mean every breakout is going to be good. I'll tell you on IBIT, we were talking about that 100K all day long, and I'll get to a breakout that also happened on Nike as well, but there's a lot of things that would have broken out the highs. I can't promise you they all did this, but a lot of times when there's a big anticipation on a particular level or on a particular break, everyone and their mother is going to be trying to, and their second cousin and all that good stuff, and there's, could say a few other things out there. I'm sure Sharif would have said like 8. I got 2. Everyone's going to be trying to take that break for the continuation of momentum, but there's going to be other people that are playing long into it that want to use that exit liquidity to get profit. And sometimes you get the false break. And all the way into IBIT, I'm like, I'm going to be long at IBIT into 100K. We're going to be long into 100K, not at 100K. And if you look at it, it was VWAP, VWAP. Look, we took a hit on the way back in. Unfortunate because it didn't hold VWAP there, but you just jump back in, long into VWAP. This right here, I put it to a 1-minute candle, which I don't normally use. This is a 1-minute candle. Look at the volume spike on the break of 100,000. It gets right up, and it ended up being like 56.8 something, whatever it works out to. And then instantly hammer candle back in. Now, if your plan is to buy that dip and not to punch long, suddenly you're watching it go right back into the prior high like a hawk, and you can just punch in long and get a better price. Instead of buying up here, save yourself a third of a point or a quarter point or whatever it works out to be. Get long into it. When everyone else is panicking, you're able to take profit, get out, play continuation, play into it higher. Now, ultimately, I'm going to be a little bit upset with myself because I didn't get any ads in here on Bitcoin. What I decided to do, sometimes it's like if I'm going to put a trailing stop in, and I actually got this from, and I want to shout out to Max for this, even though ultimately I don't think I executed this the right way, and that's if I'm going to put a trail in on something, but I want to buy more in the trend, then just buy it in front of where your trailing stop is going to be, and then that's a way for you to add in. Ultimately, I wanted to add here, but it doesn't really matter. Like I decided I'm going to trail out of it here, so why not add to it in front of that level? But the timing of it was it breaking the trend. So I don't mind getting long again in Bitcoin. We're going to continue to take shots. I don't want to sleep on secondary moves, but the big action was right around 100K, and you can get yourself a better price. And then don't let it off the hook. Like continue to take shots at it. I'd rather have tight stops up here than anything else. Like we already trailed out of everything we had, and then tried one here for about 7 or 8 cents. If we pull back to VWAP, we'll take that. And it even happened over in Nike as well. Now, I don't think Nike's done yet, but it's on the other side of that 60 break. So when Trump says buy everything, we know Nike's been trying to get through this $60 level. Yeah, was I long into it? Of course. We had a trend break at the low. There's your double bottom. There's your low. It breaks the trend. It breaks the high. Jump into the long to the high of the day. That's one trade. But don't let it off the hook. Want to make another trade here. So I took the break of the high into 60, but it doesn't work. That's a case of now we're in the other side of the trade. If I had waited for the fail break, I might be in already, although I think I'm waiting for VWAP or a little bit closer. But I show you one that does work, executed perfectly because I wasn't taking the breakout, but it cuts both ways. You can take the breakout, doesn't work, and now you're trying to get back in to make the money back. Depending on the situation, sometimes you predetermine you're not taking the break and you want the dip. For Bitcoin, I've seen it too many times. In the case of Nike, because of this level on the daily, and we've been talking about it for weeks now, there was no chance I wasn't going to have it the first time through because I felt like it could just quote levitate and we'd be up $1. So I wanted to make sure that I got it, but be willing to have a tight stop and then jump back in, which I am willing to go. So I think a lot of times going into that big level, pick which lane are you in. Are you buying long into the breakout price and then waiting for everyone to get stopped out on a fake and get underneath it at the risk of not adding on that big 100K break? Or do you want to be on the other side of it, like I was with Nike that didn't work? You're taking the breakout regardless and putting a tight stop in because you can't afford to miss that boat because it's been such a long level. Figure out which one you want to do. And also, if it trends away from it, do not let it off the hook. There's not much of a reason as a trader. And again, if you're under PDT, I understand that. But if you're an active trader, like at Real Trading here, we can trade as many times as we want. If you're an active trader and you see it trending up, why would you be doing nothing when it does this dip? You know what I mean? Why was I doing nothing when it gave that consolidation? Don't let it off the hook. It's trending up. Make sure that you're joining that trend. Find other places to execute trades, because when it's going higher, until it breaks this trend here, ultimately you have lots more that you can take. It's great to have long at VWAP. That's fantastic. But it's like, how could you want to miss that buying opportunity or that buying opportunity or this one, which I would argue was like 10 times better than that. So don't let it off the hook when your breakout works. But the real lesson of the day is when you have a big level for a break, have a plan before how you want to play it. And it doesn't have to be Bitcoin breaks 100K, I'm getting 100K in 1 cent. You don't have to do that. Sometimes you can anticipate the fail, buy the dip, and then play the rip. But you have to know what you're doing because it happens so fast that if you don't have a plan of action, you can find yourself caught in the middle and doing nothing. So to execute your best, have a plan, especially on those big breakouts, and go BTC. Let's get that curl and go back to the highs.
Let's go BTC. Yeah, I mean, let's see if we can curl back over here, guys, and maybe continue this trend. We're going to be patient. I do like this indecision print here on the 3-minute. I'm going to pull up the 2-minute here as well. So slowly curling over, that's a positive sign. I mean, if this market really wants to get moving, then maybe we can look to participate in there. So what I'm going to do here, guys, I'm going to just free roll. I told you guys about the free roll method. Is just using your unrealized gains to acquire more shares. Let me sit up straight. Make sure I sit up straight from here on. So that's going to be the goal, right? So what we'll do is we'll free roll, and then we'll just risk the unrealized gains that we're currently sitting on, and that's fine. It's either we can appreciate in price or we just come right to our break even. So going to wait for a little bit of a pullback here before I get involved. 57.20, I want to get to the lower end of the range, and then that's what we'll look to do is we're just going to free roll that position. So there we go. Guys, Palantir, I forget who said it to me yesterday, said, Palantir is the new Nvidia.
Oh.
I'm like, yeah, you're honestly right. Like, this is one of the hottest in-play stocks. Remember that run for 2 years that Nvidia went on, Sharif?
Yes.
Now, obviously not going to compare the two from a fundamental standpoint, but from a technical trading standpoint, Palantir is the bee's knees right now, guys. Like, this thing is continuing to climb. It's touching near those all-time highs, trading at 119 and change, and continuing. Like, it's funny because for multiple days, I'm like, trade the strongest stock, long the strongest stock, and ask me how many times I've intraday traded Palantir.
How many times?
Once, and it was the one day that I put in a down day on Monday, and I'm like, obviously that would happen, and I obviously didn't trade it anymore after that. But here we go, 120 in the works here for Palantir. Fantastic stuff. We're having a great day today.
Shout out to my man Bovin telling me kids, KIDZ, upward channel. I just realized, Joseph, that I didn't even show my side charts. Before I do, I got back into VEEE over here, got in at 7.5, went the beak up into 780. This one is putting in higher lows now. And the wicks are respecting the 10 EMA on the 5. So you are getting that technical area of support on VEEE. It is respecting the 10 exponential on the 5. Not on a wick. Yeah, I mean, the wicks breach it by a skosh. The closing prints are all closing above that. So again, you can kind of see like my entries are all higher low, higher low, higher low, right? You can kind of always see that. So just by virtue of looking at my entries here, you can already see that this is in a bit of an upward look right now. So VEEE looking good, 842 high a day. That manifested, guys, at 12 o'clock, right at 12 o'clock, or the 12 o'clock 5-minute candle, that is. It popped into there, but lost 8 again. So as I've mentioned several times on this name, it is really having trouble holding 8. It breaks through it. As you saw, it's been twice now that it's broken through it. Really, though, having trouble holding it. So we'll keep an eye out on this one. ASST2, Tisha. I don't know if you're still in the chat, Tisha, but ASST is continuing to run real well here. What the hell, bro? There we go. There. What the hell is happening here? All right, whatever. Let's just zoom in. Allow me a minute, guys, to make this a little bit bigger. Wow, V is losing it. It's dropping into 7 right now. It's losing 7. V, triple E is on the way down. Wowzers, that was aggressive. But again, being bought up in and around 7. So this looks like a bull flag here. So all the volatility aside, this is a bull flag, is it not? Big move up, sideways consolidation. That's what I see. Now, obviously, you can trade the flag component of the bull flag as a range, right? That's kind of what it is there. So 7 to the low side, I guess 8 and change to the high side here on V. So anyway, ASST, again, Tisha, this also looks like a bull flag. I don't know how you feel about this. Big gap up there. It did halt at around 590 at 10:20 a.m. It was a 5-minute halt. Gaps up, never looks back. And now we're kind of ranging here, kind of in between 7 and 8. Well, what the hell is going on with 7 and 8 today as a level, both on VEEE and ASST. So both of these guys in play at the moment. Looks like VEEE, though, might lose $7. That's an aggressive pullback down. So that's my look there. KIDZ, shout out to my main man, Nimit. This is an upward channel if I've ever seen one. I mean, there it is. You can kind of draw it from there and even goes all the way back to the pre. So shout out to my man, Nimit. You're going to have to trade this. It's not a range in the strict sense of a consolidative range, but there is a range here. It's just an upward channel. So you're looking to wet the beak at the top, get in at the bottom, or if you're a short seller, you're looking to short the top and cover at the bottom. We're talking about KIDZ, guys, multi-day runner, and today it's got another good day, 30.5%. Just to make to show you guys exactly what we're looking at here, this is the hourly chart on KIDZ. This one really started moving May 1st. I was involved in this one on the breakout day. Since that time, though, as you can see, it's been dropping lower lows and lower highs. Today, we're still south, believe it or not, on KIDZ of yesterday's high. So the high from yesterday took us to about 6.5. Today, the high is 6.25. So we are still locked into that lower high, lower low on KIDZ, irrespective of the fact that we're still putting an upward channel. So again, looking back at V here before we send it back to Joseph, that $7 continues to hold, man. Generally, it's not a strict $7. Like, it's in and around high 90s. You see what I'm saying, though? I mean, like, look. From every single candle. And we knew that 7 was going to be a problem. Number 1, because psychological resistance, right? Number 2, because you got this inverse hammer candle here right at 11 that got into 7 and then reversed all the way back down to 6. So we already knew 7 was going to be a level. We didn't really kind of need proven there. And now it's right back at the lower end of the range. So if we're going to hold at this range, let's have a look here. Are we going to lose it? Yeah, we are losing it here. We're dropping aggressive. Okay, so kind of a tougher look here for VEEE. Is this the area to buy it? Is this the area to buy it? I'm going long, and I'm going to give it to 675. Here we go. So that's what we're going to do now. What do we got on? We got 87s, Joseph. So let's set up some beak wetters up here, and then let's throw it in order here for the stop. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to give it to that. So do we get the beak wetter or not yet? So into 90s. There we go. Up into 95s. Unable to cross, so we'll take it out here. Ooh. Cancel that order. All right, now let's put it to the north side of 7. So I got long there. Wet the beak at 95. Here we go. Now we're going to use 7 as resistance. Like the French resistance.
That's what
you remember?
When I think of resistance, I would say resistance.
Yeah, because we got French culture, obviously, in this country, so we had to do a little bit of learning. Get it, Adara. Obviously, Adara is part Quebecois, which means French-Canadian for all my Americans out there. Not fully, though, right, Adara? Because you've got some other cultures in there. Yeah. Okay, get it, Adara. All right, so now we're holding this, guys. I'm looking for a break of 7, but yeah, as I suspected a little bit, this one is now using 7, Joseph, as resistance. So we'll flatten out for a 10-penny winner. Nothing to really write home about, but this one is dropping right now. I'm talking about VEEE. Now, my next look at VEEE will be at $6. The volume weighted average price on my chart is $6.05. In other words, at that basic area of psychological support being the whole dollar. So we'll keep tabs on that.
Good look there, guys. Yeah, so I'm posted up here. If we pull up my screen, thank you for that. I'm posted up at 57.30s, and then so I just calculated free roll, and then I'll just get, unfortunately, I'll get stopped out just a little bit below there, because you don't want to have too tight of a stop on this volatility, right? Because it can just fake you out, grab some liquidity here, and then continue to the top side. So it's either going to continue to climb, or maybe we might catch a fill. Not going to chase it all the way up here, even though it is definitely a strong underlying asset. And if we zoom in here on the 1 minute time frame, you can see we're hovering right around this resistance zone. I know there is a lot of liquidity up at 58s as well too, so we're just going to be patient. Like, what an absolute fantastic trade. I'm going to get that clip of that for sure and post it on X. Oh, I also posted the Nvidia options chain just after the open as well too, guys. If you want to check it out, I told you I'd be posting just high levels of liquidity, etc. On X. So go and check those out too if you want. If you're curious on.
Yo, the Pope is elected.
Oh,
they elected the next Pope, bro. It's over. There's white smoke coming out.
Let's go.
It's all over.
Who is it?
That was quick.
Francis.
Oh, we don't know who it is yet. But the white smoke, guys, coming out of the pillar there, it was black smoke before that. So they've officially elected the next Pope. Very exciting.
Yeah, very, very exciting stuff. So yeah, guys, here we go. We can see this, the strike prices here on my post, on my X post, 103,000 current open contracts. Look how large that is on the call side. And then all the way through, 119 and 120, just massive supply zones. And you can see on that volatility spike last night that we rejected 119.58 or something like that. So just massive, massive amounts of supply right there. Hopefully we can get some demand and just punch through those. So go check your boy out on X. I'm going to be posting these large amounts of liquidity and the options chain on it every morning, so go check me out, follow me, and I also post my trades and everything along those lines. But there we go, Pope Trump, everybody's saying.
Well, the
Trump,
dude,
yeah.
You know what he said? He's like, people were asking him about it, right? What's going on over there, Katina man?
Hey, my guy is back. Let's go.
The Katina man, $7. Which stock, bro?
It's 10 on Tesla.
Wait, 1 second. We have a correction. $10 in the money on Tesla.
Not a correction. 7 is Palantir.
The 7 is Palantir.
My guy ran back too.
Well, he saw the markets were going up.
He ran back too.
Adara,
He's buzzing.
what's up?
So we have news here coming from Donald Trump. He's done his press conference, but he's now speaking at an event for military mothers with Melania, First Lady of America. Trump said that he's not surprised if they reach a deal with China on trade. He said they have, quote, tremendous things happening on trade. So Donald Trump continuing to speak positively about their trade deal prospects, specifically with regards to China. I'll let you guys know if anything else said at this event.
Thank you very much, Adara. I just love when there are press conferences that Donald can drop hotlines at. Obviously, no, I'm being facetious. Obviously, I do like that because we are day traders and we need intraday volatility. And that's what he's providing us here. So, yeah, good on him. All right, Joseph, I'm continuing to watch this V trade over here at $7. I'm waiting for a liquidity grab down into 6. I'm going to set up at $6. In fact, I'm going to front run it for up at 611. And the reason I'm doing that is because the volume weighted average price is there. So this one is kind of bull flagging. I feel we may get a liquidity grab into that VWAP area. And if that is going to be the case, I'm going to put my order there. Shout out to my man Nimit letting me know about QMMM. Let's have a look at that one. I did see that, Nimit, on my side chart, my scanner, excuse me. Let's load up the 5 on that. What a great looking day chart that is. Wow. That's a stuff of legend right there. No, I'm being very facetious there. I hope nobody thinks I'm being serious. So QMMM, just allow me to throw that on there. There it is. So this one was a penny stock, started out the day at around 72 pennies, just cleared that dollar. Yeah, it's a different trade north and south of $1 right now, so I'm keeping my eye on this one. Could definitely take a move back into that dollar, but if we clear $1.13 and continue putting in higher highs and higher lows, this might be a breakout trade. My man Ozan's back in the chat.
Back, baby.
There he is. Send me a McDonald's gift card, and I want to thank him here, Sean Katina. All right, man, look, he's in a $10 winner, man. He'll send you 20 McDonald's gift cards.
Whoa.
No, I'm playing there. Yeah. Maybe 20 10-cent gift cards. $20 in the money in total. And he just got back from the swim or the walk from the swim. Get it, Katina, man. Great look there. Shout out to my man. He comes back and he finds these markets making newer highs. That might be a good feeling there. Shout out to my man Nimit as well. Happy birthday, my guy. I heard the Katina man call out today that it was your birthday. Seriously, there is another Nimit also here, as I didn't ask for the chart. Okay. Well, he's definitely not you, Nimit. I know who you are, Nimit, because you have the same you've had the same username there for a long time. So don't worry, I will not confuse you with the other one. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now, guys. I'm still keeping my eye on ASST as well, as that has been an absolute banger on the day, up 128%. We've got a few triple-digit winners today. ASST, we got VEEE as well. Lots of good ones moving here, Joseph. What do you got on your side there, my man?
Yeah, we're still sitting. Yeah, happy birthday, Nimit, as well, too. So shout out to you. Let's go NVDA. Let's climb back towards those highs. We just filled that gap, and then now we're just climbing higher and higher again. So it's unfortunate I didn't grab this reload on IBIT here, but we'll be patient. We might be able to get another opportunity to get some more shares involved in this. And then I'm reloaded. I don't have that one, but we'll hit the siren for that there. Oh, someone hit the money on that one. I didn't do that. Who hit that there? Dang, siren. All right, so yeah, let's go here. 57.50 here on Bitcoin, or IBIT, sorry, I should say. Palantir starting to pull in a little bit as well. Just glad to have put this monstrous. To hit that volatility spike was so cool, and to do it live. Yeah, Sharif, I know what you got there, man. Don't think I'm getting involved in that.
Oh my God, this thing's falling apart, bro. Katina, man, I'm gonna have to take one of your Kleenexes over there, brother. Because this thing's, it was doing that to you too, Neil?
And one thing.
See this cookie over here, Joseph?
I see it.
You see that cookie?
What kind
of a cookie is that?
Chocolate chip.
No, they had oatmeal this morning. You didn't get any of those oatmeals?
No.
How's that?
Because bro, come on, it's summer
Tarp
season,
off,
man.
bro.
It's
Tarp off. You can't be eating cookies.
I'm eating cookies, and what's this here? What's this pastry?
I don't know, but Neil, was that chocolate or was that nougat in that thing? Was it chocolate? You didn't eat it yet? He ate it, but he doesn't.
It doesn't even matter. It doesn't.
It wasn't chocolate?
And nothing else matters.
It looks like a nougat a little bit over there.
It looks like date to me.
What is it, Adara?
It looks like date.
Date?
In
Dates.
my opinion, it could be date,
dates is
but I
fair.
have not eaten it yet.
I love
All right, yeah,
just
pull up,
shuts the door in our face every single
time,
time.
this
I
is smart.
absolutely love it.
Okay, pull up my screen
Get it,
here.
Adara.
Pull up my screen here, guys, if you don't mind. Yeah, I'm trying. It's not letting me. Dang it.
You got to click YouTube, brother.
YouTube?
Yeah, you got to click there.
right.
There's usually a thing there to
That's
go
all right,
to
but you
YouTube.
can see that's what's for lunch. We're eating today, man.
Oh, you took videos of that?
Ramin did. Ramin.
Yo, do you see that there's no algo team back there, but there's enough food for the algo team. So you know what that means, right? There's no food? There's no tuna sandwiches there? It's all individuals, right?
Yeah,
but the algo team's not back there, so they may lose their food, Katina, man. No, there's no food. Oh, there's no food for them. I see.
Okay, well, maybe we won't rub it in too much, but I mean, there we go. We're eating in the markets and we're eating good here as well too. So having some good times today. And I messaged you. I didn't message you. I told you guys we're being fun and we're having a good time today. And tomorrow it could all come to an absolute complete halt and the world could be on fire. I'm not saying necessarily, but things can definitely turn around on a dime in this market for sure. You've seen it go one way, go the other, back the other way. So we just got to keep our fixated on the primary goal, try to stay as humble as possible, and just be prepared for it. Obviously, how's the saying go? Hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what we're going to do. And that's why we have the ability to take advantage of some of these trades. We're preparing for the best, and we're obviously, there we are, putting on those monster trades.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Well said there, Joseph. Yeah. All right, we just took a quick trade here on ASST for 30 pennies. This one did break the high of the day. Tisha, I don't know if you're still watching this. We got a new HOD on ASST. It's at 820. It breached 8, I think. For the first time of the day, I'm not exactly sure. It looks like it was rejecting 8 prior to that. So I did get in on a micro pullback, but we're not getting that continuity quick as you like through 8. As I anticipated, I thought we would get a liquidity grab to the sell side now that we breached 8 and everybody was taking profits. Here we go again above 8. Do we hold 8 now? No. Well, not in the strict sense. Here we go. We're long again on this one. Let's see what we got. 09s. Bang to the 40s right away, Joseph. There it is, man. Big boy breakout, 840 high a day. Can we get more? Can we get more? There's a seller, a huge seller at 40. Huge. We're unable to shake him. We shook him. Boom! Joseph
Let's
freaking
go.
Wilson, man. Into ASST. There goes the top on this name. It's still going, man. We got an 850 now high a day. Can we shake it? 852 now high a day. Let's grab these micro pullbacks that we've talked so much about. Let's see, maybe 8 1/4, 8 1/3. Let's see. It's not even giving us that, Joseph. It's just on one right now. Right back into 8 1/2 right now. So keeping my eye on this one. Definitely looking for a micro pullback. You're getting tape teleportation right now. That means the tape's going crazy, just like me. It's talking even faster than I'm talking right now. Big seller at the $0.50, Joseph. We can't shake him. 852 technically the high of the day, but every time we move into the high 40s, low 50s, we're met with selling. So keep an eye out on this one. Looking for the micro pullbacks. What do you got? Joe.
Yeah, sorry, brother. I was watching the clock. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, we're back. We're doing it live. I'm still sitting in this position. I do believe that we're going to be catching this fill momentarily. So yeah, I'm going to be patient on that one. We're going to send it to, okay. So yeah, 1 second, we'll get that ad read momentarily. I don't think it's e-signal just yet, Ozan, so be patient. I think it's Profit X we might be doing. We got it. We're doing Trade the Pool, guys.
All right, traders funded by Trade the Pool have been cashing out big. We're talking 5,300, 15,200. 29,940 and even 36,000 just on one trade, guys. And here's how it works. You pay a one-time evaluation fee starting at $47. That's your total risk. You trade real shares, guys, not these CFDs, and you use up to $200,000 of the company's capital. And guess what? You keep up to 70% of the profits. There's no margin calls. There's no account blowups. If you're into that kind of thing, scan Trade the Pool's QR code right now on the bottom right of your screen to get that 10% off. And oh boy, start that journey, Joseph. Shout out to my man there, Michael Katz, the CEO of said Trade the Pool. Good dude, and I happen to like Mitch, and I can't do my Trade the Pool speech without Mitch.
Shout out Mitch.
Come on now.
And shout out to my
Money
boy.
Mitch.
Shout out to the our other friend there, Money Mitch Marner last night.
Oh, he scored finally.
Yeah, he scored finally, is right.
He's been dry. That's the second one.
Second, I think. Second or third, maybe there. But a nice goal to put the boys ahead. I think that was the go-ahead or maybe a tying goal. But yeah.
What were you telling the Katina man yesterday about the Leafs, though? Why don't you tell everybody what happened there?
You want me to be honest with you guys?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
I said win game 1, lose 2 and 3, win 4, lose 5, 6.
Remember when Patty heard you say that?
Yeah.
What'd he say?
He said,
told you to take it back.
Take a walk.
He said, you're right. He didn't say take a walk. That was me this morning.
Yeah, but I mean, we're looking good. You know what's crazy?
Yeah, we're looking real good.
But hear me out. So on the first game, I might do this, and I honestly don't bet that much on sports.
Okay.
But the Leafs are paying plus 800 to win the Stanley Cup. So for me, if I put $500 on that, that's a nice 4K.
Easy.
You know what I mean? And so that's my style of risk to reward right there. So I might do that.
Are you too emotionally involved in that to make?
Oh, absolutely. It would make it so much
right?
better, Sharif. During the Raptors run downtown, were some of the best bar nights I've ever had.
Really?
Like, it was so much fun. Going through the Eastern Conference Final, watching Kawhi hit that buzzer beater three against Philadelphia.
That was crazy.
Yeah, and then them potentially winning down here as well before they won it in Golden State in Oakland there. But man, it was some rockin' nights, and me and the boys are prepared to absolutely go on the town in Toronto if we make the Eastern Conference Finals. But we're looking good. We're up 2-0 in this series, and I think that's a positive sign. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Yep. Katina Man, Neil, they've been Leaf fans obviously significantly longer than I am, but I played this game my whole life. My room was blue, everything was blue. I was raised on the Leafs, and this is honestly the best decor that I've seen this team have.
Seriously, huh?
Yeah. They're really good at it, and I like our goalie tandem as well too. Those are two solid guys.
He's been stepping up, man.
Yeah, Joseph Woll, that's huge. Like, I mean, he was the primary guy.
Can I say something to you though? The team helped him out. A lot of block shots yesterday. Did you see the comparison between the block shots by the Leafs versus the Panthers? It was like 20 to single digits.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Crazy.
So just like a great team effort, man. It's either feast or famine with the Leafs. We need Austin to get the ball rolling, but go Leafs, go. And I'm really excited to hopefully for these boys to reach the Eastern Conference Finals because I think it's been 20 years or something like that.
I'm pumped about that, man. Yeah. I tell you guys one thing. If we get a cup or we go into the final, This city is going
It'll
to
be on
be
lockdown.
chaos.
It will be on lockdown.
Chaos.
I promise you, it will be on lockdown.
Oh, yeah, I'd be pumped about that.
Yeah.
All right, guys, shout out to Tisha, man. I see you, Tisha. We got right back in ASST, so we took the 8 breakout all the way up to 840. Got back in when 840 or 850 got tested. Took it out right again at 8 3/4. So we're doing it live here on your boy ASST. It's up 150%. We've got a couple of triple-digit winners today. I'm talking about VEEE and ASST. They are the gift that is giving right now. I don't know if they're going to keep on giving, but they're giving right now. So keep your eye out on this one. Are we going to Adara? I heard her call. All right, Adara, what's up?
What's up here is Donald Trump, his second set of remarks here. It looks like it's ended here at the White House. As mentioned, he did make a couple trade remarks earlier at that event. I've already kind of gone over those, but he's very enthusiastic about China and a deal resulting from this meeting that U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer and U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent are going to be having. Also, it is worth noting we do have a bond or an auction coming up here. It'll be the 30-year bond auction at 1 p.m., half an hour on the dot until we get said auction. I'll be keeping an eye on everything up here for you. And what's been actually a very eventful news day. Back to you.
Obviously not trading related or anything, but apparently the Pope at any moment now will come out onto the balcony and reveal himself. So they've chosen a new Pope. We still haven't seen Brendo. We still haven't seen who he is. And it could be any moment now that he comes onto the balcony and we get a gander at who the Cardinals have chosen in the, what do they call it, the conclave? The conclave, yeah. So we'll keep an eye out on that. Thank you, Adara, for that information. Obviously, Donald Trump's been talking all day. Some tells me he's going to keep on talking. And here we go again on ASST. We're working our way back into that high day. And Katina, man, we just took out the high day again. It's 880 now. Every single time I look, we're a little bit higher, zigging and zagging. This is still the buyer's trade right now. The sellers are continuing to get overwhelmed. They're trying to short at key levels, but it's not working out for them. Maybe on the micro side it is. General trend, though, they are in trouble. I'm talking about the shorts right now on ASST are getting squeezed. It behooves me to keep an eye on the short float, which could be a little bit lacking accuracy here. And the reason I say that is because this one's been running for days. So a lot of people may have covered already. It's telling me a 12.5 million share float with the percentage borrowed for short about 3.5%. So definitely not that big. Nothing really to write home about, and nothing that I'd really say, oh yeah, this is a short squeeze candidate waiting to happen. Not really. So ASST, Joseph, up a nice 154%.
Nice look there, my friend. Yeah, let's take a look at some of these chip names. See AMD consolidating relatively well. I think this can be a positive sign. Gaurav was right about the volume by time profile on Palantir, and we'll talk about that momentarily. One thing that I've noticed about Gaurav is that he's really nice at sniping some of these VPA signals and just the correlation between volume and price, obviously, that is. So, yeah, just absolutely been killing it as of late. So, nice work there, my friend. But here we go. One thing that we'll note here, guys, we like this pullback volume. Hopefully we can continue on this trajectory here and break through this high day on AMD, because that's just going to send the chips higher. If AMD is moving, then most likely that Nvidia is going to continue moving as well. And similar patterns here. One thing that we do have to note is just watch out for this lower high, right? If this sticks, we want to sit on the backside of this downtrend here for us to possibly go and test this high day. So that's just kind of thinking out loud and what potentially can come into play there. So let's take a look at NVDA as well too. This is really missed out. I was accumulating nice on NVDL there, but unfortunately that one didn't work out for us. But we'll do the exact same thing here, right, guys? So we'll just go from a pivot high and see where we're currently sitting at. If we can sit on top of 118.42, we'll call it 118.50s. And then hold that level, then maybe we can continue to climb. But up at 119, 120, lots of supply there, guys. So we're going to need a lot of volatility to step in or a large enough participant in order to absorb all of this and then continue to be north of that. But again, tomorrow is Friday. So that's what I was referring to before. Okay, so I just caught a reload fill here on IBIT. We'll talk about that momentarily. But what I was referring to 2 weeks ago, so for a span of 2 weeks, I mentioned this before, through the teens, we've seen high levels of liquidity. But one thing that I noticed was that, like, okay, so wait until the rollover and let's see what happens. Are those strike prices going to be lifted? Are those large amounts of open interest going to slowly start to decay? Or are they going to lift them higher? And Sharif, it was a prime example because we were seeing at 114 through 115.16 high levels of open interest on last week's expiration cycle. But then come Monday morning, you've seen those high levels of OI being lifted on the options chain, now going into the higher teens, 119, 118, and even 120 with the highest amounts of OI, and you can see how it had that magnet effect. Even though we did reject it, we were attracted to those levels and then now came back in. So just using the options chain to gauge trades and possibly take out some profits. So yeah, really good stuff there. I'm going to pull up my iBit now for you guys because I did catch a reload on this there, Sharif. Yeah, so we had that bid there right at 57.30, and we're looking for this continuation as we're continuously forming these higher lows, which is a positive sign. Let's see if we can break through that $101,000 mark here on Bitcoin, and this key pivot is going to be really important for us to get through that. And maybe we can roll into that 58 level. That will put a top for me approximately because there is a lot of open interest at that 58 strike.
Joseph.
Yes.
May 25th.
Yeah.
2025.
Yeah.
Scenario. Bitcoin hits 125,000. You wake up.
Yeah.
7 a.m., 6 a.m., May 25th.
Yeah.
You open your eyes.
Yeah.
It's hit 125. Is it a good day or a bad day that day?
It's a great day. It's a great day. It's a great day.
I like
Every
that.
day is
I like that. Every day is a great day.
Every day.
But that one would be a really good day.
Oh, it would be a really
I think you'd be elated before that because it'd be at 115, 118.
I would give you an extra share just because that's how excited I would be.
Yeah, and let me just tell you guys, like we don't discuss share size, especially on the swings, but my man is loaded with shares on Bitcoin, or on, iBit, right?
Loaded.
So I think, even if he's got to cough up a couple there, in the grand scheme, it's a drop in the bucket, right? And if you guys are wondering what we're talking about, him and I have a bet that by my birthday, midnight, by my birthday, Bitcoin hits 125,000. I'm obviously on the losing end of that bet right now. And that's why I was asking him that, because he'd have to cough up money. Say it again, Katima?
No, I'm on the winning end.
Well, I don't think it hits 125,000, Katima. I still think there's enough time. Me. So he would... I'm on the losing end. That's what I mean. Yeah.
I'm winning right now.
He's winning right now.
Doing a whole lot of winning right now.
He's doing a whole lot of winning. I like it.
A whole lot of
All right, guys. He's all in on it, IBIT, says Cristobal. He is, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's been all in on it.
Absolutely, man.
Guys, I got back into ASST on that liquidity grab, so hit that 880, dropped right into 8. I bought it up immediately, and we took it right up to 835. Here it is again at 8. And so $8 here, kind of very close, overlapping with the 10 exponential. And I happen to love when that happens because it kind of gives you, I don't want to say certainty because that's a wrong word, but you're always wondering, oh, should I be picking it up off the whole psychological level, whole dollar level of psychological support, or should I be looking for the 10 EMA? So when they both conflate, they're both overlapping. It makes my job a little bit easier there. So it's it's still holding the 10. In addition to that, we all saw what happened with $8 earlier. We were rejected to no end. Every time we got into 8, we rejected until we cleared a big boy there. So what I'm trying to say is now it's not just psychological support, previously resistance. We rejected there, so it's price action support now. Formerly, again, resistance. So let's continue to watch. It did dip it into 880, and there it is right back above $8 again with a hammer candle manifesting here on the 5-minute chart, up 136%. It's a good look right now. I'm going to wait to see if we can clear that 8.25. Wow, before the word was even out of my mouth, this one jumped up into 823, so we'll pack our patience. I see you, Tisha. Tisha's continuing to watch ASST, and by good reason, with good reason, I would say, because it's the #1 gapper right now. Well, VEEE is still a little bit higher, but I would say it's not setting up as well. So we'll keep eyes on all these. Shout out to my man, John Del Segno. Beautiful inverse head and shoulders forming on Intel. Looks very blasty. Guys, I think Intel has been beat up a lot lately, but I think the winds of change are coming for this company. Every time I'm reading a headline here, it's awfully positive. So let's have a look here. John, what time frame are you looking at, my man? Because I'm not seeing no inverse head and shoulders. Are you seeing it on the 5 or something? Is it like an intraday? Is this what you're looking at, John? Because I'm not seeing, I don't know what you're seeing, brother. So let me know. Tag me again, John, so I can have a more thorough look at this for everybody, and we can do some charting here. Shout out to Tisha. She's looking at V. I don't blame her. Tisha, we're right back above 7. And now we've got a 4-candle higher low pattern and a higher high as well. So we're taking, a possible break from the downtrend, but still, Tisha, unless we get above that 8 decisively, I feel a little weary jumping into...
Just pumped eBay.
Oh, Josh Brown
did that
just
earlier.
pumped eBay right now.
did.
Shout out to Josh Brown and the famous Josh Brown pump. Let's have a look at EBAY right now. He's looking at the 10-minute on 90 days. Okay, we're going to go to Adara in 1/2 second here. Let's just load up the chart for everybody on eBay. Big boy breakout. Adara, what do you say?
Here, yeah, I'm just seeing the headline right now, but I was seeing this headline earlier on Josh Brown and eBay on X about an hour ago. I mentioned it at the time. So it looks like there was, I guess, some foreign knowledge. I think it was around when we got this right up here on eBay that Josh Brown was going to mention it. I guess now the segment airs. It's called Josh Brown's new pick, eBay. But again, I do want to clarify, I mentioned this earlier as well. This is not the first we're hearing today about Josh Brown getting involved in eBay. So interesting stuff here. It looks like this was maybe publicized a couple times. I'm going to see if I can find the timing of the initial tweet. But EBAY, being a Josh Brown pick, was a little bit foretold to us earlier today. Back to you.
Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, thank you. All right, Money Talks 914, my guy, fellow Yachty still. All right, Money Talks, Joe, my guy. I realize you like to try to trade. IBIT, take a look at BitX. Moves rude boy. All right, $49 entry.
Love it.
All right, loving it too. Big respect on that one there. I'll take a look at BitX because I'm not too familiar with it. I don't know if is it leveraged or anything like that. Much appreciated for that.
BITX?
Yeah. I'm gonna take a look at BITX.
Two times.
2 times. Okay, so it's a 2x. The fund seeks daily investment before fees and expenses that correspond to twice the daily performance of the index. Okay, I really like that. Thank you. I'm going to have that on my side here. I mean, it's $50, it's significantly cheaper, but if we can leverage our system even more throughout the day, then that's a positive sign. Good look there, Money Talks. You're going to most definitely start seeing me more in some BitX. I like that 2x leverage there because I guess they're getting more and more popular. What was it? What was the one that Robinhood has a 2x, and we're like, why?
Oh yeah, what was it again? I forgot what it was.
I don't even know.
There's a few that shocked me. I'm like, why are there even ETFs?
Yeah,
for
why
this,
do you even have that one?
They're clearly trading ETFs because there's really no reason. There was like a $10 difference between the ETF and the share price.
You know what I mean?
You could tell, yeah.
And this one, right? Like BitX is trading at 50.61 and Bitcoin and IBIT's at 57.53. So there's no like drastic, but I mean, for a move that we just caught here, guys, using BitX would absolutely just be insane on that one. So Money Talks 914, much appreciated for that one. Catch me in Clarendon, possibly in October.
Your boy Nimrod's just gifting everybody the memberships, man. He just constantly does this, man. I don't know how many 10 live Trader TV memberships by our very good friend Nimrod. Thank you very much, my man. Enjoy your free membership. Benjamin, Honduras, Carla, Michelle, Powell Delivery, and Ricardo. Shout out to you guys. Enjoy the free membership there. Good look. All right, guys. Here's what I'm still looking at right now on my small cap side chart over here. It is still these two that are very interesting to me. I'm talking about ASST as well as VEEE. I also don't mind setting up something possible here for kids. KIDZ has been kind of above the volume weighted average price. Don't name it. I don't know how you feel about this trend break. We got a decided break of that upward channel that we had been on. And now here we go. Nimit, what do you think, brother? Or, I think it was Bovin, not Nimit. Bovin, what do you think, brother? You think we curl back up, maybe test 6? So from 580, we make another attempt at 6 and then fail. So, let me know what you think about that one, Bovin. I'll wait for your thing in the chat there. Shout out to my man, Urban Trader. He's looking at Pony. So let's look at Pony AI. It seems to be in the news a lot lately with their AV. software, or I think they're doing business with Uber, actually, believe it or not. I was reading that in their report yesterday. So PONY, let's look at this one. It's a very familiar one for us. A bit more expensive now. There's certainly a buyer here on Pony at 16.5. Yeah, everybody's waiting for the Pope to come out onto the balcony. $16.5. There's certainly a buyer there. It looks like the resistance level for the most part is 17, but true to form, there are these outlying prints that clear 17, then all of a sudden we're met with aggressive selling. So yeah, I'd be a buyer on Pony at 16.5. I definitely wouldn't be looking to take a breakout trade above 17, given what happened before, where you get up to 17.5, then you retrace quick as you like. So I'll keep an eye out on that one. Good look here on PONY. Not interested in getting into it at the moment. ACAD. Not your typical small cap gapper, but giving you that upper channel kind of look over here. I just put it up because it was up big on the day. Not that I'm really interested in trading it at the moment. So Pony, a new one. Thank you for pointing that one out. We'll certainly keep an eye out here for Pony if it does set up in the right way. Bovin, I believe we test 560s, then go up. Shout out to my man Bovin. So my man Bovin there is of the opinion that we do make our way back into the volume weighted average price. That's exactly where VWAP is sitting. In fact, it's not exactly 557. That's where we're sitting here on my chart anyway at the volume weighted average price, and that starts populating at 4 a.m. Shout out to Jedi. What's DOP in currency? DOP currency. What is that?
$5.
Let's find out, man. Dominican pesos.
Dominican.
Shout out to Jedi. 100 Dominican pesos. Thank you very much for that, my friend. He says CONL has a HAA leveraged ETF. Let's load up that bad boy. Have a look at what our man Jedi there is talking about from the Dominican. Shout out to Vladdy and his boys there. Isn't he Dominican?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. All right, CONL. That's coin long. Isn't it? Yeah, it's a 2 times ETF on coin. Yeah. All right, so good look here. We were kind of stuck in an, it looks consolidative, right? But upon further inspection, I see higher lows and higher highs. Not by all that much, but every successive area trough a little bit higher than its predecessor. So not a bad look here on CONL. Not exactly my cup of tea, but, reasonable nonetheless. Obviously been respecting VWAP here the last few attempts. The retracements into VWAP have been holding. Let's see what it does with 19. Got a high today as we're speaking. We printed that high today, 18.99. In case you're wondering what I'm talking about over here, let's throw in the ticker CONL, which is a 2 times leverage ETF for Coinbase. So that's what we're looking at right now. Shout out to my man, what's his name? Jedi, for the super chat and for calling out Coin L. Joseph.
Yeah, there we go, guys. We caught that reload here on Bitcoin, and we started to piece them out. Took 33% of the position off right there, and then I took an additional 10% off right there. So really, really nice reload there. And you can see my averages lifted, so FIFO first in, first out there. And that was that. So 57.30 right on that precise entry right there, and it's continuing to climb. So I mean, after I took that first partial, I guess it doesn't necessarily count as an ad. But I mean, here we go, guys. Like, there we go.
Here we go.
Took a loss. Here, took a small loss too, surprisingly, on that one. And that was a really nice trade, but because I got stopped out just below my break even on about 65-70% of my shares there, and then boom, as soon as we seen another opportunity arise, we took advantage of that one there and traded it nice and heavy, and then we caught that volatility spike, which was crazy. I'm going to be posting that on X as well too, so yeah, good stuff there. I see Neil in the chat say he was looking at AMD. Yeah, he wants it to break this wedge too. I'm looking at this. If we can sit on the top of this trend line, then maybe we can get that continuation and then go test that high day there. So yeah, good luck on that front from Neil. Nice price compression and wedge there. So hopefully we don't break down or anything along those lines. The volume profile is relatively low, so some nice good pullback volume, and let's see if these moves can be sustained throughout the session. Havana Woody, same issue that caught me, and you just put me back in the green today. 20 to 21 RS when I got ETH on that. Yeah, nice work there, Havana. I know you've been killing it too. I mean, the work is the money's in the details, and you definitely have that stuff there. So congratulations. Buy volume stepping in on IBIT, says Gorev. Yeah, really good look here, guys. We're going to let this ride. We're starting to pull back a little bit. We do have a little bit of a cushion here. How much do I have left? Just a little bit. About 45, yeah, about 45% there, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, we'll call it 50% even of that remaining position here on IBIT, especially after I added. But if there's anything you guys want me to look at, put it in the chat. I'll go over some of these names, but first we're going to send it to Adara.
Keep an eye here in AAPL. I'm seeing reports circulate on X here that apparently the company is developing specialized chips for glasses and AI servers. And apparently the smart chip for glasses would allow them to compete with Meta's Ray-Ban. So keep an eye here in Apple, and I guess also Meta here, as Apple reportedly is developing a specialized chips. Meta and Apple not moving much here, both of them near high of day. Back to you.
All right, yeah. So, I mean, yeah, Apple definitely at the high day. I haven't looked at Meta today either. Just kind of too expensive. I wish there was a 2x leverage ETF on Meta. That would be nice. Something that we can trade to have it so it's slightly cheaper. So there we go, 607. And surprisingly, Meta's never split. So at what point is this stock going to? I mean, Netflix hasn't. I don't know if it has before, but we're still waiting on that split at $1,000, now north of $1,000, and the same with the likes of Costco, right? So some expensive names and good names too that we would like to see some splits in, and I would definitely like to see that in the Meta and the other two names I just mentioned. Let's take a look from a daily standpoint to see what we got going on, and we're moving really nice. I still think we're down just a little bit north of 20% here in Meta, but a good recovery off those lows. And they're okay, so yeah, so a little bit less now, guys. 18%, we'll call it there, from that peak to where we're currently trading at on Meta. So I still think this name's going to be at a solid discount at this price, Sharif.
See Zuck dunk on Timmy C yesterday?
No, what'd he say?
So I heard about it, but I didn't actually see, because CNBC had it this morning, but I was doing my workout, so I didn't get to hear what they were saying. So Zuckerberg apparently reignited his long-standing feud with Apple and CEO Tim Cook, delivering pointed criticisms. In a podcast interview, he characterized Meta as the opposite of Apple, highlighting fundamental differences in their approaches to product development and the company culture. Let me just make sure. I'm asking chat, was this from yesterday or before? I should make sure, because he did dunk on them on the Joe Rogan podcast. Just want to make sure that this one is giving me the criticisms or the news from yesterday. Bro, it's so slow. Yes, okay, he did make his pointed remarks May 7th, 2025. During Stripe Sessions 2025 event, he expressed a clear preference for Google CEO Sundar Pichai over Apple CEO Tim Cook. In a conversation with Stripe CEO John Collison about App Store regulations, he commented, "Tim's had a bad week," referring to recent U.S. court filing. Bro, kettle, man, you're doing the same thing there, buddy. Recent court ruling in the Epic Games versus Apple case that mandated Apple to loosen its stringent App Store regulations. He added, "I'm not going to pile on, but I like Sundar," signaling his approval of Pichai's approach. Yeah, he should have a look at the stock price there. This isn't the first time Zuckerberg has criticized Apple. In a January 2025 appearance on the Joe Rogan Experience, he stated that Apple hasn't really invented anything great in a while, suggesting the company has been resting on the success of the iPhone introduced nearly 2 decades ago. So those are the comments he made yesterday. I'll get more details on those. Yeah, he talked about Meta versus Apple's innovation philosophy, stagnation in innovation. He critiqued the App Store, and he called the Vision Pro headset comparison no good. So yeah, I happen to think he has some very valid points. I'm talking about Zuckerberg, but I also think that he's talking about them as a competitor now, because they're competing. Yeah, they're not. In different sections, like you could say they were prior to that, Meta, social media or social networking, Apple devices. No, they are now competing. We need to see Meta getting into the device business, right? Yeah. Little by little, whether it's through their Quest, Ray-Bans, all these other products that they have. So they're competing. Yeah, absolutely. I think, but to add to that point there, Sharif, yes, I still think that Meta is most definitely going to be heavy reliant on Apple, because, I mean, the iPhone is the most popular phone, and what everybody has. Instagram, how many Instagram users worldwide on their iPhone, right? So I think even though they may be in competition right now, I think one needs the other. And well said. That's my sense. But we're still cooking up here in Bitcoin, guys. We're climbing back towards that high a day. What a nice add-on to this position. Obviously, we could have put some more size on this front, but that's okay. We'll take it.
some is better than none. We just learned from this, and we'll just ride this out. I only have a little bit left here of that remaining spot, so we'll just let it cook up, maybe get that test of that high a day. And if we get anywhere close to 58, then I'm going to look to start selling some shares in that swing position as well, too. I was talking to Katina Man earlier. I said after the show, I'm going to start to lock in some of those profits because it's been a nice move. But I want to kind of get on to NVDA from a daily standpoint. We still haven't got that move that I was necessarily looking for, I guess with the exception of last night. But here's that channel that I was referring to and just sitting on the back side of it. Sorry here, guys. So now I believe that we are sitting on the back side of it. I mean, you get those couple of whipsaw moves, wherever you want to take, whatever has the most touches here, right? So I forget how I drew it, but something along those lines. And now we're sitting on the back side of this channel, and you can see that we're slowly starting to climb. And I do believe we can get into the 120s. I'm waiting for this week's expiration cycle to come into play to see if those large amounts of OI start to continue to lift, in the options chain. So that's that front. Similar thesis on Bitcoin. So I'll pull up IBIT. And yeah, and that's what I was talking about here. Disregard that, and just sitting on the backside of this downtrend, and then now look where this underlying is sitting at. So really, really good stuff there. Loving it. And yeah, there we go. Hopefully we can continue to climb. I'm going to piece a little bit more out right here, Sharif. What else do you got going on?
All right, man. Someone just told me about CEP. Here it is, guys. A bit of a spreadier one, 12 on the bid, 28 on the ask. It just got a big boy breakout there. It's still about, I don't want to say it's light on volume. 3.5 million shares on a $38 name. Not too bad, very bull flaggish. It really was moving nicely all day. But it just got a volume spike now. I want to say the volume started coming in at 1240, so we're about 14 or 15 minutes deep into this latest breakout. I'm not really seeing a catalyst to account for the latest breakout that we got. CEP, this is the 5-minute chart on it. Up nicely, man, 20% and going here. 38.55 high of day. Yeah, I don't want to be punching in at this level. It's just not for me. It's got to pull back into maybe 37 at the 10 EMA or something like that. There was also very good support at 36. You had the implied balance high reject 36, as well as the double top there at 11.55 and 12 that rejected 36. So that could be an interesting level. 37, the 10 exponential on the 5, 36 price action support. So that's what I'm looking at. I see V, Tisha, big boy curl up here still. Though putting in lower highs, so if you could connect these little area highs, we're still putting in incrementally lower highs. Would like to jump into this, but it's got to set up a little bit better. This one I was going to jump into though, ASST. It looks like it is finding support here at the 20. Not something that I had been planning on trading off the 20. Nonetheless, that's what's manifesting to me now. So it does look like it may have made a bottom there at around 7 2/3. And here we go with 8.15. Can we get a print above that 8 1/4? If we do get that print above it, 8 1/4, it'll be another higher high and a higher low on the 5. And that's what I'm looking for there. The reason I say that is because the previous candle rejecting at a level, it rejected for a reason. That means a seller was there or an aggressive profit taker was taking it there. So by virtue of making that 5-minute candle to make a new high, you're already knowing that for the moment, that seller or that profit taker has been taken out. Momentarily, doesn't mean that they won't get back in. Again, it's a statistical thing, guys. We're trying to put the odds on our side, not be certain about everything. So anything above 8 1/4 here, I'm likely going long again on ASST, up 140% and not a bad look at all. ZKIN Urban Trader says, I see it. Tisha brought it to my attention. We're still not above the pre-market high, nor are we above the aftermarket high from yesterday at around 5.15 when we breached $2. So what I've done on ZKIN, guys, I put an alert at 1 low 80s to alert me to the approach that we're getting to the pre-market high. Again, if you're a newer viewer or you haven't watched me trade these small cap cappers, 2 simple rules: trading above the volume weighted average price, and if it traded in the pre-market, it's got to be above that pre-market high. So that's what I'm doing right now. I've put an alert for ZKIN. Nothing for me on it yet, but definitely keeping a move here. I see it, Tisha. I see V. V's making a move. So is ASST. Now it gets into that 8 1/4, and lo and behold, it is having trouble. Just like it had trouble on the previous candle at 8 1/4. It happened for a reason. It's happening again until we can shake that seller or that profit taker, that beak wetter, who's been taking profits on ASST at 8.25. So good look here. Not a parabolic trade. Here we go at 8.25 again, and we're unable to shake them. Now we're shaking them. All right, so now is there a liquidity grab here, or are we breaking out? Let's have a look. Let's see exactly what we get over here. So 833. Keep your eye on the ask. Are we making higher numbers on the ask on every successive ascent? Or is there a level that we keep rejecting? I'll tell you, right now, it feels like we're making higher highs on the level 2, on the ask side of level 2. Here we go. 38s has been rejecting. Can we get another print above 38? A zigging and zagging here. 36s, 37s. All right, we're not popping into 38s quick as you like. Keeping an eye on this one, certainly interested in on a dip trade as well. So let's see if we can get something maybe a little bit lower. 38s again showing up. Wowzers. Okay, so now 40s. Man, there's people posting sell orders at like every level on this one. Very thickly traded, and I submit to you likely will be until we take out that high day at around 880. Let's start a starter position here, Joseph. We're going to get in here. I think I got 33, 34s, that is. I don't mind DCAing into 8. Very small size over here. We're going to set up a beak wetter into the 40s for profit takers. So let's see if we can get some more in the teens. What do you got, my man?
Yeah, good look there. All right, so Neil, hopefully you're still sitting in that AMD. We are breaking through that that downward slope there, or that trend line, and sitting on the backside of that channel.
Backside?
And Nvidia is starting to climb as well too, guys. So there we go. We're liking this. Getting a small pullback here in Bitcoin as well. No. We're only sitting on 33% of this, and we're going to hold it for that high day and maybe into 57.80. So that's just my game plan. If there's anything you guys want me to review, just put it in the chat, and I'll be more than happy to do so. So yeah, that's the tech space. Oh, and I know you guys were referring to METU, the Meta 2x leverage. So I pulled it up, METU. And there's just big time liquidity issues. There's no, this is not something that you would necessarily want to be trading just in case you get trapped or something. Yeah, so I've personally never even traded anything that e-liquid, to be honest. So yeah, I mean, good look out there. There is that 2x leverage, but obviously it doesn't seem that popular because you can see that there's not very much liquidity in that. So yeah, good look there, guys. Thanks for pointing that one out. And yes, the Playmaker pool. All right, we'll get right into that. What are we going? 78% long. Sharif and I were going to document that. We got stopped out yesterday. That's okay. That's life. Yeah, Sharif, let me know when you're ready, my brother.
Yeah.
Are you busy?
Yeah. Well, because we're in a position. But it's okay. We're a small size.
Okay,
570.08.
I'm not ready.
What's so funny, Katina, man?
So
570.08.
We're doing it 90.
Yeah.
90. Data entry number 9. Sorry, one more time.
570.08.
08.
Yeah.
What's so funny, Katina, man?
I don't know. He's chuckling at us.
All right. What's our profit target? 572.08. And then we're gonna get stopped out at
569.08.
569. Big number. You like
get stopped out at 69, bro.
08 there.
And then we're taking profits, Joseph, at 572.08.
All right, there we go, guys. We got the profits in and everything along those lines. We're going long here today. It's 1 o'clock on the dot. 1 o'clock on the top on my drop top. You know that song, right? What was today? The 8th, right? You're lying.
Yes, sir. Of course I'm lying, Joseph. I told you I'm 100.
Hey, yeah, that's all right. So good luck there, guys. I don't know what's going on here. I was trying to add these all up yesterday, and it wasn't included in the cumulative P&L. So I'll have to figure something out there.
I know you love that chart.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, guys. Like, take a look at this here.
Here we go.
Wow. Look at this.
I love when you go through and admire all the data.
Yeah.
This is the best part of the show. That and the video, bro. I gotta tell you the truth. I go back and forth about which one I like better.
The VWAP video?
Yeah.
Sharif, we're gonna have a hotter video coming out here once we clip that.
I know you clipped that.
We got Andre. Yeah, we'll get those sent to you immediately too there, guys. But this is all of us combined. Nice work here. Look at all this data collected, and this is exactly what we want to see. Positive sloping equity curve. We were on a bit of a downtrend, but some solid days were put in here. So we're gonna add that in. So a good look here. Entry number 90. That is crazy right there on the Playmaker poll there, guys. Good work there, Sharif.
Yes, sir. Still holding this ASST position. Kind of consolidative here, a little bit on a 2-candle basis above the 10 EMA. Both candles currently are doji candles of indecision with very small bodies, but the upper and lower wicks aren't much bigger either. So I'm kind of unsure exactly how this trade's going to pan out. It seems to be defending the 10 on a 2-candle basis right now, but it's not exactly blowing through that 8.5 where we had previous area of resistance. So we've got 29s on at the moment. I still have my dip trade to basically defend, that's the word I'm looking for, that 10 EMA on the 5. We still haven't gotten anything in and around there, so I'm trying to pack my patience. What I'm trying to observe is, on the ascent, when we do pop up, are we popping up at 1 penny lower? Like, are we rejecting 1 penny lower, 2 penny lower, 2 pennies lower than the previous area high? If we are, then I can know the algo that whatever that's trading this is stair-stepping down and likely, likely to drop a little bit here. But I don't think that that's what's happening. Seller at 40 over here. We're going to wet the beak on some profits. Let's see if we can break above 40, waiting for that 50 print. Let's go ahead and wait at around 49s, and then we can set up another one north of 50. Still rejecting that 40 penny level. There's a huge seller at 40. Can't shake them. So, yeah, we're going to have to keep an eye on that random level there. But we were rejecting at 38s prior to that. But we did take out whatever seller there was at 38. Got into 40s. Here we go, 40 again. Still unable to shake it. And there's not too much size either posted on the actual level to itself. So I'll submit to you, likely a hidden seller at this level. Here we go. We took out 40. Now there's levels everywhere, man. 41s are rejecting now. So lots of different selling after, having a good move up over here. Let's wet the beak on some more profits now that we keep rejecting that area, about 10 pennies in the money on a double ST. It's a good look. It's got a 3-candle green setup, but you know how these ones are, man. They're around for a good time, not a long time. So let's see if we can get something proper on this one and not just 10, 15 pennies here. Let's see if we can take out that 8.5. And then maybe after that 8.5 goes, we can take out that 880. But you've got to have shares on to realize the profit. So don't take out too much too quickly, but also respect your stops. If you're going to dollar cost average to no end into these, you will hate them very quickly because they'll drop $2, $3 against you, like maybe 20, 30% in a second. And you're going to be hating them very, very quickly. So ASST in focus right now. That's what I'm looking at, Joseph.
Yeah, good look there. All right, Jacques Des or Mari. Sorry if I'm assuming it's French. I'm not very good or fluent in it. But Sharif,
yes, sir.
Joseph, today is my birthday. I wanted to tell you how much I appreciate what you guys are doing.
You, man.
You are the best.
You're
Happy
the best.
Birthday.
Him and Nimit have the same birthday, by the way.
Happy birthday. Happy. All right, I'll stop there. But yeah, happy birthday to Jacques. Yeah. Much appreciated, and thank you for those kind words. Everybody wish Jacques a happy birthday in the chat. We don't know how old you are, but we'll say you're 20 years young. Bang, 20th birthday there for Jacques. So good luck there, guys. We're starting to pull back in IBIT, still sitting in this position here, up 5 and a fifth on the session, so that's a positive sign. Again, we might be forming a head and shoulders pattern right now, so I have to be cautious on this. If we crack this neckline, maybe I'll just lock in the last 33% that I'm holding on to right now. So again,
I can take over if you want to send Andre tickets.
Yeah, absolutely. Take it over.
I can't take my hands off the keyboard.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, guys, so we're still watching here. I added on that pullback into the 10 exponential, looking at wetting the beak in the high 30s over here. So it's still putting in higher lows, but this current candle has a lower high. So the previous area high was that essentially that 40, 41 technically on the 1 o'clock candle and 40 on the 1255 candle. So rejecting those areas, let's see if we can hold up above 8 though. That's what I'm looking at right now. Right back into the 10 we go. Let's see if we can get something over here. Still waiting for that beak wetter up at 833. That's where I'm waiting for there. We got 22s on now. We ride on 22s and hopefully we'll be able to get something well here on 22s. 822s that is on ASST. So good look on this one. Still up 140%, but I am kind of concerned about this lower high situation that we're now seeing on the 5-minute with that 850 or that 840 break eluding us, technically breaking through 840 by 1 penny. That doesn't really account for much there. So holding on to this one, looking for a hold of 8, but if it loses 8, Joseph, I'm Gonzino.
All right, nice look there. So guys, make sure you get those votes, and I sent those tickers through, and then make sure when they pop up, you get your say in on the poll there, guys. So yeah, happy birthday. A lot of love for Jacques there, and my guy Mike DeRider, always showing pure love in there. What's going on? What is the Piper? Yeah, we'll figure that one out. But we're still sitting in this IBIT trade, guys. It's cooking up nicely for us. We'll just review it. And full disclosure, That's the thing. I didn't want to look at it too much because I would have probably made significantly more money on my NVDL trade than I did right here because it's 2x leverage and it made that massive move. So, but that's okay. We're happy to be in this and we're happy to have caught that squeeze there because that was a wild, wild ride. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching that.
Wild thoughts.
Wow. Yeah, exactly. Actually, where is that? That's the Real Jerk, right? Where they filmed the video?
Actually, I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. Something along those lines.
Yeah,
They filmed it in like a Caribbean restaurant. I stopped by
right?
there. Yeah. So I stopped by there. Okay, I'm voting IBIT there, guys. So get those votes in. But yeah, still a good look. Nice reload. And then you can see when I took off my last bit of this position here, my average just drastically went all the way up here. But so we're sitting in this. I do believe that we can run into 57.80. It might be more of a slow grind, but that's okay. No, slow grind. All right, anyways, yeah, we got to stop this music reference. Maybe not, though. All right, but yeah, here we go. Come on, AMD. It's holding this shelf relatively well. 103.50s, acting as a nice floor there for AMD. Looking to sit on the backside of this trend and then hopefully continue this move to the top side and go and test that high day. I totally think that's possible, especially with what we've seen from a volume standpoint stepping into the market. So just got to be patient. There may be more slow grinds. When we see these aggressive moves to the top side, don't forget the market needs to breathe. So we can't just go parabolic all the time. So yeah, good luck there on AMD and NVDA, looking for these big names and these big semi companies to crack through that high day, and it's definitely going to drag the market higher. Apple's been monstrous, still hovering around that 200. I mentioned the open interest right at that $200 strike price, and we're hovering around 199.62 right now. So again, a lot to absorb. Maybe we just hover in this specific range throughout the rest of the session, or we climb higher, or we break down. There's a couple of scenarios, but just have those risk measures in place and be patient on that setup.
Yes, sir. All right, here we go. Still waiting on a print here on ASST. Looking for that area to hold up. I did get into another trade, though, here on VEEE. Let's see if this one wants to take out the top finally here at $8. We're up into 760s and change. It's up over 200% on this one. Wow, there it goes, man. Good trade here. Happy with this one on ASST. We got 803s. It's into 820s. Let's wet the beak here on this one. Good look. Moving up nicely here on ASST. I added aggressively on that 810 area, and then so we had a much better cost basis. So let's wait for some more here. I'm going to layer into 30s. I put my stop really tight below 8, okay? Because there was a reason for that. Every time we dipped into 8, there was a monster hidden buyer at that level. I just don't know for how long. That's the thing. So I'm thinking maybe you flatten out here. I just don't like to give back. I don't like to take it out if we have an opportunity to move up. And I always kind of blame myself, like, why did you get into that trade? Was it emotion or was it logic, right? And right now, what I'm seeing is respect for the 10. Right? And so if I saw that buyer at 8, it ended up manifesting into a hammer candle, what logical reason is there to get out? I just don't see one right now other than wanting to lock in profits. And I don't think that that's a reason, right? There has to be a technical reason to get out of the trade. Here we go, ASST, right back into that $quarter. We're going to take out more here. Let's see if we can move up into the 30s now. It keeps rejecting that $quarter. Here we go with 24s yet again. Resisting at the $quarter is ASST. So up 142%. Let's see if we can shake that seller at the $quarter. Can't do it right now. And now they're okay. So we took out 26s, 28s. All right, we're taking out all my orders here. Good look on ASST. Let's see if we can go up a little bit more. That 30s order still didn't get printed. We're showing 30s right now on the ask. Can't shake that level either. Again, so many different sell orders at all the different levels, given the fact that we went up to 880. So let's wet the beak a little bit more over here now that we're getting that area rejection. Back now to VEEE. Here we go. Now I'm waiting in the high 80s. Okay, boom to the high side. We're going to wait a little bit higher over here. We're going to wait 95s. Oops, that's not where I want to wait. Excuse me. 795s, that is, not 895. There we go. We'll set up there, and we'll set up in north of 8 as well. See if we can get anything there. Back to ASST. Back into the $quarter we go. That's fine because we got 803s on it. Anything below 8, that will be the end of the trade. VEEE fills me on both but then stops me out for the rest because it was a huge liquidity grab. Pops up into 8, drops way below my entry at the $0.50. I think I gave it way too much, or I gave it too tight of a stop there. That's kind of on me. So let's see if we can kind of get back into this one, if it'll let me. Let's see over here. Are we breaking through 8? The liquidity is crazy right now on VEEE. 775, here we go. This one, I feel the money fills are on the dip trades. If you're trying to take the breakout trade on this one, I feel like, you know, you don't get the best price, obviously, but it's always like, where are the money fills, right? So I'm going to punch in small share size over here. Going to set up again into the high 8s for another beak wetter, and I'm going to set up again on the north side of 8. Let's see what we get. We got 79s on, rejecting 77s for the moment. Back to this one though, ASST coming back into 8. I'm not going to let any part of this trade go against me. We've got 4 more beak wetters on this one, and we're going to flatten out here as it comes right back into my entry. Now let's focus on VEEE. I'm going to add into this one if it does drop into the $0.50, because that's where it ended up finding support again last time. So let's go ahead and wait with a resting order at around the $0.50. What do you got, Joseph?
Yeah, we're still sitting in this trade here, guys, working out really nice for us. The market is starting to pull back in, and AMD bouncing off that 103.50 level once again. So holding up steady. Let's see which way or which party is going to win this battle, either the Bears or the Bulls. And it's looking like the Bears are kind of slightly in control right now until we see that volume step in and we crack that that downtrend. Then maybe we do break down a little bit here. But a nice solid run. When Donald says buy, I guess you buy. It's the second time he said that now. So, I mean, this guy, I don't know. Is he allowed to do that? I don't know. I guess so. But there you go. You can't fight that market, especially when someone like Donald, of Donald's status, tells you to go out and buy stocks, and then you see this monstrous run, the market goes on. So yeah, let's continue this move here in Bitcoin. We're going to be patient. I don't know if this is another add opportunity. I'm not going to chase it or anything along those lines. I would like to make it a little bit bigger.
Get it, Joe.
Considering we only have 33% of it left. So yeah, it's still a good ride. This was a really fun trade, especially sitting through this was just like, let's go. And then the patience here. This is a potential add right here, right? You can see those higher lows consistently being formed. And then boom, volume steps right back in. Yeah, actually, let's zoom in here. We're going to go kind of just by, not a bar-by-bar analysis or anything along those lines, but just a nice breakout, okay? So we sit through this. You see a big volatility spike step in right here. But then look at these engulfing candles. So boom, we put in this massive range right here. This is about a 30-cent candle, 50-cent candle roughly here on IBIT, and that's fairly hefty. So you get this big move here, guys, and then the volume is just being sustained. And then on the pullbacks, you can see the selling pressure slowly start to stair step down. And then as soon as we take those additional legs higher, the volume steps right back in. So that's a positive sign of strength. And these are the things that we want to be able to identify. So yeah, really nice look. That's an add opportunity. I'm going to write that one down in the books for next time, especially when we see something like this that wants to break out and go and touch those all-time highs. So are kind of going for those all-time high moves. I'm going to be patient in that. Add opportunities. That's going to be documented in the notes. Hey, when we see this, add opportunities here, here, and here. And sure enough, we did get some of it, but there was other there's other scenarios where we could have added more aggressively and got a bigger of a move. But can't complain, Sharif. Happy with this trade, no doubt.
All right, man. We're doing it here on VE, man. VEEE. Here we go. Took 8. We wet the beak at 8.5. Took 8.5. Wet the beak at 9. Here we go. We're above 9, guys. 924 high a day. Are we defending 9? That's the question. We did once. Can it be twice? All right, so we're defending 911. Let's see. So we're going to go ahead and wait for this one. It is losing 9, though. So if it loses line for any period of time over here, let's see if we can continue to move up. Let's set up some orders at the high 9s. But it is having trouble maintaining above 9. And this one is a repeat offender. Trouble with the whole dollar. So let's see. Can we get that continuity on this one? Let me throw out my stop on this one. There we go. So we're going to wait all the way down into here. For that one. Having a lot of trouble with 9, Joseph. Can we zig and zag a little bit higher than 9? Right now, the sellers, the short sellers, the profit takers, they're all keeping this one south of 9. It's trying to go on the ask side, unable to on the bid side. So ASST, can we get that big boy 9 push up over here? Doesn't feel like it, at least not maybe with a liquidity grab to the downside, up 253%. I will give this a little bit of room, but not that much room, because we are very extended away from the 10 exponential moving average on the 5, and I think that this trade will be a bit of a loser here, so we'll take a bit of a loss on VEEE. Yeah, you can't win them all, baby. At this $9 level, it's being kept down. It's being kept down unless there's going to be a monster buyer pushing this up, just like that. Boom, to the high side. All right, so we'll take that one.
Sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt you. This is exactly what you need there, Sharif.
What?
Nimrod. How many super chats is my guy throwing in there for you? There we go. Another spike in Bitcoin. This is crazy. 15 shekels,
Everything's
Sharif.
crazy.
15 shekels from Nimrod. B, that's all he says. Another 15. E is all he says. Another 15. E is all he says. And then another 15.
You're lying.
E right there from our guy Nimrod. Nice. Thank you very much, brother. Much appreciated member and has been one for a very, very long time. I'm going to piece him out here. We also got one more super chat, sorry, that we forgot. And that's going to be my friend Marcus Steven Johnson, CDE. He said it multiple times. All right, I got you covered, my friend. Let me just take a little bit off right here, doing it live. Can we catch that fill? Bang, there it is. Nice look. We got that crack of those specific levels. This is exactly what we want to see. But my friend says CDE, told you guys the other day. This is a mining company. I looked into it briefly. But I mean, trading really, really well. Let's zoom out. Good look there, Marcus Steven Johnson. We're going to zoom out for you and see what we got going on from a daily standpoint. And hey, that's some breakout stuff. I mean, this isn't pretty at all. If I were to be scrolling through my list, I would put this to the side. But this engulfing candle right here, that is a positive signal. And I mean, if we sit on top of this range and this momentum is sustained, you might have a good breakout stock right here, Mr. Marcus, on CDE mining, brother.
All right, man, we're going to get back in, I think, here because we're taking 9 again. All right, I'm long again here, I think, at 05s. Let's set up something. Okay, all right, we're already taking profits on this one. Okay, let's see if we can get some more into 15s. It goes. We got 05s on, didn't trigger quite yet, so packing my patience. It dipped below 9 aggressively. It was able to reclaim the level really well, so that's why I got back in there waiting for this one. I'm going to give it to 877 or so. If it is losing the bid now again.
Yeah,
an American guy.
Yeah,
Katina Man says they chose an American guy for the Pope. All right, where you don't know which city? Which city is from there, Katina Man? Is he Boston?
His name will be Pope Leo.
His name will be Pope Leo. That's awesome, man. All right, good to know that. Yeah, because our TV shut over there, Katina Man, so I wasn't able to watch it.
Winning.
Right? Yeah, I know. So keeping an eye on this one. It did. Oh, wow. Oh, Donald. I was going to joke about this one earlier because his wife said he looked cute. I was like, Melania, what are you talking about, man? Like, he's wearing the Pope's outfit. What is happening there? Yeah, shout out to our man, the orange one there, Joseph.
To the old Vatican there?
I haven't, man. Right. I have not, bro. I have not. I didn't go. I should go, though.
I think we head over there, man.
All right, Joseph, what do you got on that side?
Yeah, I'm still just piecing out this IBIT, man, guys. We've been cooking out this throughout the whole session with you guys doing it live. But we got another $5 super chat from Marcus Steven Johnson. Thank you very much. You didn't say anything behind that, so if you want to put in a message, I'll be more than happy to take a look at it again. But we need a doing it live animation or something like that. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. We need a weaseling animation. We need a doing it live animation.
We need but you got the He-Man though, one real quick. It was like same day delivery. Shout out to Amazon.
Special delivery.
By the power of Grayskull.
Oh, look at all the money.
So good.
But let's not.
So good.
Let's not beat around the bush here, Sharif. It's been an absolute money storm today, guys. Whether it be in your swing, personal, even an intraday
Good storm,
standpoint. Yeah, it's great storm. Storm and
all right, my man.
All right, let's do it.
Here's the deal, Joseph. In sports playing, flexibility is everything. And at ProfitX, you can see the order book just like on a financial exchange. You pick your spot and you customize the odds to fit your risk. Why settle for a single offered price when you can set your own? Plus, our mobile interface makes it easier to play on the go. ProfitX, guys, where you call the shots anytime, anywhere. Use that code TraderTV to get the sign up offer of 2% cash back on up to $300. $500. Shout out to the great folks there at ProfitX. And we already know, we've seen the Katina Man, we've seen the Neil. They take trades live on it. What were you guys on the Leafs? Was it on the Leafs?
Yeah.
It was on the Leafs.
We had over 5.5.
Say it again, Katina.
Over under, we had over 5.5.
The Katina Man had on the over under, he had over 5.5.
That's all right.
Yeah, which is really good, right? 69 years old from Chicago. We're talking about the Pope. The reason I ask about Boston, obviously, because we know Boston's got a lot of Catholics. So Chicago, very interesting as well. Definitely want to look more into that. I don't know. Did they have an American Pope before?
I would have no idea, man.
Never.
I would
Adara
know.
says no. First American Pope confirms the Katina Man. So
You're winning.
interesting there, bro. I don't know. I don't feel it took that long. Like yesterday, they had one black smoke. That was it, right?
yeah.
I remember they had one black smoke thing.
Yeah, I'm not.
And then today, it was like, I think today was the second day. That was it. So
Is black smoke the representation of no pope?
yes.
Okay.
And then white smoke is the representation of, yeah, we've chosen one.
Bang.
Right. Ed
Oh,
Calderon saying he's born in Wisconsin. My man Ozan, can we get Shara animation also? Shara? Shira. He wrote she equals Ra. So I was like, what? Yeah. I remember, of course, She-Ra and He-Man, obviously same cartoon. Shout out to my man Skeletor. I'd like a Skeletor animation though.
No,
Fabian.
man, we're getting
He's so sinister. He's good.
Getting too carried
You know?
away.
Yeah, yes, Fabian knows exactly what I'm talking about. Fabian, that was like 20 years before your time, brother. I don't even know how you, usually only Adara punches outside her weight class like that, but.
Yeah, no.
Say it again?
Getting too carried away with the
What do you mean, bro?
the He-Man animation.
Why are you bringing me down?
I'm not. I'm
I'm
bringing you
having a
up.
good
I'm
time.
helping
Look
you
at
out,
this,
man.
bro. See what
Get
I'm
it.
gonna do right now? Look, we're gonna go He-Man number 2. No, He-Man number 1. He goes in the top corner.
Yeah, you like that one, man.
You like that one? You don't like him covering the whole screen, eh?
That one's a little bit better. I mean, you like what
So
year was
good,
this
bro.
cartoon made?
80s, bro.
80s.
Yeah,
That's
yes,
crazy.
Yes. I'm old.
Shout out to Jerome Powell though. I'm curious to Katina, man. I know you guys might have and Neil. What is the Leafs? Is it still plus 800 for the Leafs to win the cup? What is it now?
Well, let's find out. Plus 18, even after the win yesterday? The Katina man has him at plus.
right.
Okay.
Before the playoffs.
This guy.
Hey, bro, look, I'm going to have to side with Katina on this one, bro. I mean, like, you were talking bear smack about the Leafs. You had Patty chiming in from all the way wherever he's at.
The
The Katina man, the first thing he said when he walked in this morning was, "Where's Joe?"
Where's Joe?
That's the first thing he said was, "Where's Joe?"
Listen. I talk smack, Sharif, because I care. Right?
That's fair.
Right?
I get
want
that.
them
I
to
can
do
get
better.
that.
So I talk smack about them because I care and I want them to do better.
All right.
Obviously, when I say they're gonna do this, and this, I'm at home watching it on my
believe
phone
that.
or anything, and I'm snapping because I play the game. And I love, and no, I'm gonna be honest though. I'm gonna be honest, all right?
Fair.
I love the logo.
550.
Plus 550,
That's
says
all right,
Katina
all
man.
right.
Okay.
So maybe we'll hop in there. If Florida does win a game or two, we'll hop right onto that and take them for the Leafs. But I'm going to be honest.
Yep.
I care about the logo on the front. I don't care about the names on the back.
Yeah,
right?
that's my old man is exactly
You know
like
what I mean?
that. The
And if
players
they're-
roll, but
They
the
roll,
team, yeah.
right? It's what's on the front here, and the names on the back have frustrated me for a long period of time because our expectations is like typical Toronto media.
ridiculous, of course.
We're through the roof, and we've
Especially hockey.
underperformed essentially every year for 8 years, right? So it's just like it gets frustrating, dude.
More than that, man. We're going.
Well, yeah, if you want to go back, I'm talking about
the.
the current tenure
Fair.
and this core group that we've had.
Yep.
Like we've should have and it's tough because I can't compare them to the likes of the Chicago Blackhawks, Tampa Bay, and
Yeah,
LA.
original
When
six.
Chicago,
Yeah, well, not Tampa, obviously,
but
yeah.
Chicago when
Yeah.
they had Jonathan Taves and Patrick Kane, these guys had 3 cups in their first 4 years in the NHL, and I'm like, what's going on here? Why can't the Leafs even get past the first round, right?
Remember that.
So I love that team wholeheartedly. It's just the names on the back. It was the contract negotiations at the start with Kyle Dubas and everything, et cetera. I thought they were overpaid. And it put the team in kind of turmoil because if you have the cap wasn't as large, and if you're paying your top 3 guys like 60% of the cap, you have no depth, and therefore you can't win. So rant over.
Well, that makes
is,
sense. Yeah, well, I think that all salary cap have leagues have that issue.
Exactly.
All right, so you talked about a good result. Let me talk now about a bad result.
Ooh.
Arsenal is out of the Champions League final. They were eliminated yesterday by Paris Saint-Germain. And I got to tell you, Paris deserved to win. Full stop. All right, so let's talk about what went wrong here. First match, we had a couple of suspended players for getting a couple of yellow cards into the build-up. Then the yellow cards reset at that stage. So specifically, I'm talking about Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey in the midfield is obviously very important because it allows Mikel Merino, the makeshift center forward, that we've got to actually play that number 9 position. Now, I thought that was actually going to change the dynamic of the game because that's not what we had in the first game. And it did for the first 25 minutes. But then Donnarumma, which is the Paris Saint-Germain goalkeeper, is next level shot stopping, okay? He's not a great ball distributor because he's like 100 feet tall, so he's a little bit immobile. But as a shot stopper, this guy's next, maybe Sommer on Inter. Because Donnarumma single-handedly is the reason Arsenal was not more competitive. He did it in match number 1, in leg number 1. He did it again in leg number 2. We could not pass this guy for the life of us. The shots were coming in fast and furious. They were coming low. They were coming high. They were coming from the left. They were coming from the right. The dude is insane. He's an excellent goalkeeper, and I think he's really one of the only reasons that Paris beat us. But hey, he's part of the team, so we take the L. And, you know, obviously I'm very disappointed, to say the least, because I really want to see Arsenal in the Champions League final. Alas, they had the better goalkeeper today, or yesterday, on the leg anyway, or in the matchup. And we're going to have to set up for next year. Because, you know, I was super disappointed because obviously there was no chance to win the Premier League. And our Premier League fitness or form, I should say, has dropped off substantially because there was no way we could win it. And you could tell the team didn't care about the Prem anymore. They were really focusing on Champions League. And boom, all of a sudden that's gone. So we've got nothing to look for now until next year. We're out of every other tournament. We were in 4 tournaments. We're in 0. Ooh. So it's, yeah, because that's how it is in Europe, right? You play there's 2 cups. Domestic cups.
Yeah.
One's called, I think they used to call it the Carling Cup. I don't even know. It's called Carabao Cup. And there's the FA Cup. That's like the bigger cup, right?
Okay.
The one at the end of the year. So you're playing those 2 cup tournaments. And then you're also playing Champions League. And then you're also playing Premier League. So you're literally part of 4 tournaments at the same time. We're part of none now.
Oh,
right?
dang.
So, yeah, it sucks. It sucks very much. But that's kind of the situation. And, yeah, you can't win them all. The Leafs brought up my mood a little bit yesterday, though.
Bang. That's all we need, man. That was a monstrous game. Guys, we got to pull up these charts here, Sharif.
Yes, sir. Go
Bitcoin is
ahead.
continuing to climb. I talked about 5780. Like, look at this reload. This is a whole additional trade in itself right here, guys. 5730 all the way up to here. Like, a 5 and 2/3 sitting on the session. Absolute monstrous day here in IBIT. It's unfortunate that Nvidia and AMD can't get the ball rolling, but here we go. We're in some of the strongest names, and that's what we want to be in. So we're positioned really well. I have to zoom out drastically for us to take this trade, to take a look at this trade. And I mean, here we go from this whole trend with that additional add-on there, guys. So yeah, happy about this one. Really nice trade. And I told you guys I was heavily red on the day, now green.
Okay.
Shout out to Bitcoin. So yeah, we were red on the day, just trying to push NVDL, and then sure enough, it ended up working, but it just wicked me out. I'm like, okay, let me concentrate on something that I know can have some potential strength. And we were fortunate enough to be sitting in this when we got that breakout and that full volatility. Yeah, is that him?
That's the man.
All right. So there we go. Bing. There we go. Still wrong one. There we go. We got it this time.
That's the dude.
And there we go.
Yeah, that's the dude right there. Yep. What again? Poplio? Yep. Poplio. Thank you, Katina, man. Yep. Robert Francis Provost, that's his former name, has been unveiled as new Pope Leo XIV. What's XI? X is 10, right?
Yeah.
14.
14.
Yeah, so IV, so that means 1 less than 5. 5 is V, right? V is 5, so when you put the 1 before the V, it's okay.
Oh, cool.
14. Ayo Lewis dropping money.
What's it called when the word is spelled the same backwards?
Palindrome?
Something like that?
Yeah.
Like tenant.
Adira,
right?
what is it? Palindrome? Palindrome. Right? Yeah.
So,
thank you, Adair.
416 in Roman numerals is kind of how that is, right? Right? Yeah, palindrome, yeah.
Let's shout out to A.O. Lewis, even though he's trolling the hell out of me here. I'm going to still give him love. It's okay, Sharif. You're used to losses. Like this Arsenal is the Dallas Cowboys of England joke. Let's go, PSG. Fly, Eagles, fly. I did it for you when you guys won the Super Bowl. I'll do it for you again, my man.
I have that clipped.
Yeah, you have that clipped. I remember. I remember that. Do you espouse the idea of cheering for the team who eliminated you?
No,
I hate.
Yeah, I don't do that.
I want them dead.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
why would I ever want them to win?
Why would I want them to win?
Yeah.
Like my cousin's telling me, he's like, "You gonna cheer for Paris Saint-Germain?" I'm like,
yeah, right. Yeah, right, buddy.
I'm gonna cheer for them. No, absolutely, no way. All right, guys. I'm keeping an eye on a couple of small cap gappers here. They're all pulling back. ASST still putting in lower highs. It is really KIDZ that just took out recent area highs. There's $6.30. Shout out to my man Bovin for pointing that one out. KIDZ trying Bovin, I think, to reclaim that range that it was in before. I think it's having trouble though because it's rejecting off that 630 area again. So extend your trend lines as far as they will go. You're not getting that clearance of 630 despite the fact that we broke that 624 previous area high on KIDZ, but it's this one that I've done absolutely nothing on. This has been a very calm, steady trade. I'm talking about ACAD. It's not giving you huge percentage moves or anything like that, but it got going right at 930 there, and it's been putting up one hell of an upward channel essentially all day, with really no major pullbacks here. So ACAD has been a rocket ship, but nothing with me on that one on the day. PONY we also had in focus as it also started breaking up to the high side again with that upward channel. Not a bad look on this one either, but I haven't had anything on this one as well. It's been kind of more calm now ever since putting in that area high at around 1145, kind of stagnant a little bit, but it did find some support there at 16.5, a predictable area where it had found support prior to that. I'm talking about that 1045, that 11 candle, and yet again at 1130, all support in and around that area. V retracing back into what could be a key area of technical support. It's either going to be $8 or that 20 EMA on the 5 that it found support at last time. VEEE up 212% right now, but not exactly a glowing endorsement to get in on that aggressive retracement over here. So I'll keep my eye out on that. What are you guys looking at there in the chat? Are you guys keeping your eye on any small cap gappers? If not, any other names that we haven't talked about that are making moves on the day, tag myself or Joe and we'll have a look at that for you. I'm just having a look at my side chart over here to see if there are any outsized moves. Man, ARM has really recovered, guys. ARM is it SSR? No, it's not SSR on the day, but I thought it definitely would be because I think we started the day quite poorly. But look at that recovery, man. We're almost back into yesterday's low on ARM. My goodness. So yesterday we got into about a 120 low. We did pop up into 124 on the algo spike there on earnings. But look at this. I mean, working our way right back into that 120 area. So ARM, I mean, you can't keep it down for long. Technically, it is still down 5% on the day, but certainly off the lows there. Shout out to Tisha. Tisha's buying the dips on VEEE. Let's have a look at VEEE. What is it doing? Still south of 8, Tisha, but still holding up the prior candle low. The prior candle low is about 775. So not a bad look. Could be a double bottom here. We'll get involved with you here with small share size, see if we can get something at around there. But guess what, Tisha? I'm just going to get out of this one if it does break 770. So let's go ahead and throw out that order right now for the drop. So what do we got on? Let me just have a look at this super quick. We got 89s on, so let's go ahead and set up mid-90s, and then we'll set up north of there, obviously, Joseph, as we look to take profits. You got it? Go ahead.
Doing it live, man. New traders, listen up. First month, free. That's right. We're waiving fees. Trade smarter, not harder. Upgrade to Elite. Analyze, strategize, capitalize.
Quick.
Our platform, it's everything. Infinite data, instant trading, lightning fast market insights, game-changing charts, predict with back testing, reliable real-time data, global markets at your fingertips, all in one platform. Don't miss out. Execute your best trades now. Ready to elevate your trading? Scan the QR code or check the link in the description.
Dang.
I've seen a lot of people in the chat going crazy about kids there, Sharif. Or is that Steve Dunn? Oh yeah, he's
Yeah,
always
Bears
spanning.
versus Bulls.
Yeah.
Gave him the treatment
Adios,
there.
muchachos. Have a good day. Yeah, so there we go, guys. AMD broke down here. Sharif, we didn't sit on the backside of this trend right here, and you can see it broke through this support level, heading back towards that low of the day. I'm not saying it's necessarily close. They were about $1 or so off, but also that's going to drag Nvidia down with it as well too. So we couldn't continue that move to the top side, constructing those lower highs on the session, Sharif. After that gap up, that gap is filled now, which is a positive sign. So again, we're going to have to wait for tomorrow. I think tomorrow is going to tell us a lot, especially we have a lot of contracts expiring, and then it's going to become Monday morning. We want to see what's been rolled over to that next weekly expiration cycle, and I think that's going to tell a lot. And I'll be sure to post it on X first thing Monday morning. So guys, make sure you follow your boy on X, and you're going to get those options chains updates on the big names all the time, my friend.
Just hold on for a second.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. So yeah, guys, and this is it, right? So a nice bounce off the volume weighted average price. See, the thing is though, after this consolidation phase, you kind of want to see that volume step in and we break up higher just to display like, hey, we want more demand north of these prices. But you can see we broke down through those key support levels, and the same with the likes of AMD. So that was actually one of the names on the tickers because the earnings report was great, data centers doing great, etc. And I'm like, all right, let's see if we can put in a solid session here on AMD. And then we get this nice, strong opening drive with that continuation with that kind of that 5-minute bar play, ABCD pattern here, A, B, C, and then D, but then we just give up a lot of what we had gained on that front. So, but still constructing a lower high, which is a higher low, sorry, which is a positive sign. But yeah, now back south of the volume weighted average price. So just be cautious. Let's wait for this 5-minute print. If this does close as a hammer and we get that volume to step in, that can be a positive signal as well. Too,
absolutely.
Lots of opportunities still throughout the day. We still got about 2.5 hours left, Sharif.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. It's like we always feel like we're getting to the end of our show, so it's the end of the trading day, but we completely forget. There's Power Hour, baby. Power Hour. And there's a reason why they call it Power Hour, man. And the Katina Man and the Neil will be taking you through that as they typically do every single trading day we're around. Here we go. We're long on VEEE at 79s. It's showing me 88s. It's really having trouble, though, breaking above that level. So I'm kind of trying to pack my patience. There we go. Showing me 88s again, having real trouble. There we go. We just took out all my orders. Okay, so good. We'll set up a little bit higher now. Let's wait at 94s. And then, obviously, we got to set up something a little bit higher than that. For the sell. There we go. We take out we're rejecting 94s. Kind of like everywhere I post, we reject that. I kind of just gotten used to that now. Let's keep an eye out on this one. Looking for the hammer candle that's currently manifesting on the 5-minute chart to give this one a bit of a boost up. There we go. All right. Taking out all the orders right now. Good look on this one. Trying to make it back because we were negative on VEEE, but positive on ASST. So we'll keep an eye out on this. Looking to take out some more orders. Can we there it is again. Can we clear 8? Boom, boom. All the levels getting taken out there, Joseph Wilson.
Let's go.
Let's keep an eye out on this one. Looking for that move back up here on VEEE. Yeah, are about 25 pennies in the money, a little bit more now. Still holding some shares, so let's go ahead and set up a little bit more on the north side. 808, still not printing. It's showing me 7s. Random area, bro, for us to kind of find resistance there. So we'll wet the beak a little bit over here, see if we can get some more out. Try not to take out too much too quickly. Looking for that bigger move up on VEEE. Still waiting for those area profit takers to trigger, but comfortable a little bit more as it gets away from your entry price, as it dips right back down below 8. So zigging and zagging right now, a little above $8, a little bit below. We know how these ones act. I don't particularly like the spread on VEEE. For something that's done, what has it done? 67 million shares on the day. It should be a tighter spread, man. And it's just the fact that the matter is, it is not. Here we go, right back above 8, rejecting 808s again. 808 heartbreak, baby. We're going to keep an eye out on this one for a move back up on VEEE. Triple E. Joseph, how you doing over there, bro?
We're doing good, man. 808, good here, brother. Did you used to DJ or something? Did you know?
Did I did?
Yeah, the 808s or anything like that. All right,
No, I like music.
All right.
I am 100, but you know, I do like music.
Minus
Almost
58.
43, baby. Almost
man.
43.
And maybe $100 richer too, as well.
I don't know about that, but
Or more.
stop trying to get me all excited when you know what exactly is gonna happen.
Dude, I truly don't.
You do know what's gonna happen, bro.
Like, listen,
Get
my
outta
guy.
here,
I mean,
bro.
we're trading at 102. We tapped into almost to 102 today, man. I mean, it's probably not going to happen if I'm going to be honest with you, but who knows, right? Like, we'll just we'll take it day by day. But yeah, I'm already thinking about what I'm going to buy with that money and stuff like that. I'm just playing with my guy. But yeah, okay. So a nice topping signal here on IBIT. The shorts coming in, you can see that topping tail signal right there. And as we continue to move, I only literally have one out left anyways. So a percentage of what I just left for a little bit of a runner. A nice little bounce in Nvidia, AMD continuing to break down. So that's that look there, guys. Yeah, so we'll be patient. What are you guys looking at? Do you want us to go over everything? Oh, yeah, let's take a look at Tesla. To be honest with you, I haven't even looked at Tesla today. So shout out Elon and company.
V just tanked, bro. Oh my
V?
God,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
man. They're
So
around
there
for
you
a
go.
good time, not a long time, Joseph. I got the hell out of
That's
that.
the thing,
bro.
right? What is it? How's the saying go? Ride like lightning, crash like thunder.
Is that what they say?
I think so. Yeah.
Adair said yes.
Yeah.
Joe,
What's that
have you seen
Bitcoin
Placed
at?
on the Pines? 'Cause that's Placed on the
101.
Pines.
101.
Yeah.
So what do we say again, Adair? I didn't know you
said
even
to Joe,
chimed
have you
in.
seen Place Beyond the Pines? Because that's from Place Beyond the
Oh
Pines.
my God, Adara.
He clearly has.
Adara, how sick is that movie?
It legit is the movie that made me want to be a screenwriter. I love that movie. I think it is fantastic. The
it's
middle
so-
third leaves a little to be desired.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. Place Beyond the Pines with Ryan Gosling. I think Bradley Cooper's in it as well too. And then Eva. It's not. I don't want to
Longoria?
say. No, it's not. Mendez.
Eva Mendes, yeah,
and
from
then-
Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah. Just a great movie. Yeah, Adair, I don't know if you've seen The Sinners yet, and it's got a 98 on Rotten Tomatoes. I know you're an A24 individual like myself. I just don't think it deserves a 98. It's a good movie, but I just don't think it deserves a 98 on Rotten.
Yeah, is that the one you were telling me about yesterday?
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
what the hell? This is not 98.
Yeah. It's good, but it's not 98 good. I mean, like, we're talking.
He's not 100 either, guys. That's why. I know that movie, and I know very little. Movies,
Yeah.
right?
How, What
I like
year was
that.
it made?
It's like, I don't know, the 90s.
Oh,
in the
yeah?
90s. Yeah, you were like one.
Is that when they shrank the pen?
No. They have. Okay.
The look Neil just gave me is crazy.
It's
Jesus.
they're twins,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And their parents like hooked up in Morocco.
Yeah.
And then the dude. Basically, make a long story short, they switched. So they're twins,
Yeah.
right? One lives with the other, one lives with
lives with mom,
and so
yeah.
they switched up, and
Yeah.
like they're completely different people. They never grew up together,
really?
and their goal was they met at a camp. They met at like some summer
The
camp.
brothers met
No,
at-
they're girls.
They're girls.
Yeah.
Okay,
So they
okay.
met at summer camp. They figured out they were actually related,
okay.
and then they switched up. Well, they look like each other.
They look like
Obviously,
that,
it's
so they
very
switched
obvious
up.
that
Yeah.
So then the one went back to England, one went back to the United States, and then they tried to get their parents back together.
Oh, okay,
That's
all
the
right,
whole
bang.
premise of the movie.
Sounds
bro.
like a face slap on.
It's
man.
good. It's like just one of those ones that
I'll take it.
is like from childhood, so you like it like that for that reason. You know.
Not Honey, I Shrunk the
Joseph,
Kids.
I want to mention that all the small cap gappers are in a full state of tank right now. It's really ugly. It's really bad. VEEE, ASST, and KIDZ at the same time all dropped off a cliff. Very, very ugly retracements. They're still tradable though, except KIDZ under my system anyway. $5.50 is where KIDZ is, sell to volume weighted average price. ASST still above VWAP, likewise with VEE. PONY is making higher highs and higher lows. We haven't said much about that one, but keep your eye on the top three over here. They lost the bid very aggressively to the downside, and that is not good, especially if you're holding that one there. John, have I ever seen Duplicity? Ridiculously old movie. I haven't, John. No, tell me about it, man. Yeah, shout out to Tisha. Both are still above VWAP. Yeah, I see that, Tisha. I completely agree with you there. They're dropping off aggressively, though, but they're still above the volume-weighted average rate. Joseph, what's your favorite movie? Weapon Ahead.
Weapon Ahead?
Yeah, just try not to say that word so we don't get dinged by YouTube.
What is my favorite movie of all time?
Yeah.
That's a tough one, man. Maybe SPR Saving Private Ryan or Gladiator.
Gladiator.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are you not into
Those are like that's it. Those are the real.
Yeah,
those are your
off the
movies?
top of my head, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, and to be honest with you, I'm an A24 guy. There's a whatever they are production. There's a movie called American Honey that I really like as well too. So I wouldn't put it there,
Is it
but
smaller production or is it a big movie?
no, it's like it was smaller. It's with Shia LaBeouf and some other girl. It's not like the most popular one. It's just the whole story of it I like.
That's cool.
And everything like that. But yeah, I would have to go with either. I think Gladiator would probably be at the top.
Okay.
Top list, yeah.
Let's see what people are saying here. Training Day.
Training Day.
Happy Gilmore, Pulp Fiction, Shawshank Redemption, Smokey and the Bandit, Ray. That's another
seen
one that I
Dunkirk.
think that's very underappreciated. Ray. Forrest Gump, Gladiator, Fight Club. I've probably seen 1,000 times since DJ 2 AM. With Love to All, The Matrix. Okay. I'm loving this, man. Interstellar. That's definitely up there for me because I love space.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Neil. Joe,
Yeah,
go ahead. Joe.
I seen Dunkirk there, Neil. That's a good movie as well too.
That's obviously a war movie?
War movie.
I'm
Yeah,
assuming
yeah,
because
yeah,
Dunkirk,
Dunkirk. Yeah,
obviously,
yeah,
right? Beverly Hills Ninja, The
That's
Equalizer.
crazy.
Yeah, there's so many. Goodfellas, The Departed.
Ooh, Departed's really
Interstellar's getting a lot. Goodfellas is obviously really good.
good. Someone said The Human Centipede.
I don't even know what that is.
Crazy.
What is that?
You never seen that
I don't
movie?
even know. I don't wanna watch that,
crazy.
man. What
Yeah,
is this?
that movie is different. The Human Centipede 2 is absolutely insane. Like, yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
Neil's
wild
not happy
movie.
that you saw that, bro. Why would you even watch that,
I like
Joseph?
scary
Come
movies.
on now.
Man, I was a young kid and I used to watch like the likes of White Noise and stuff in my basement alone and just watch scary movies.
All right,
Yeah.
okay, I didn't do that, but
Yeah.
I would watch Unsolved Mysteries.
Unsolved
alone.
Mystery, the
On my
older
own
one
with
I like the
Robert
newest
Stark.
series. Yeah,
oh
that stuff
my god,
that stuff is eerie, man. But
he's terrifying.
Yeah, that stuff is terrifying.
Why they found the scariest guy that
right?
they could find?
And it's just the whole voice. But as for Interstellar, though, Sharif,
Interstellar is great.
no, Merv, don't let him do it, Merv. It's like,
plan it, bro.
yeah. It's honestly so sick, and I like how they go to that
Would
one.
you do what he did?
No.
Would you send the signal?
I
Because
forget
remember, he lured them into the planet because he wanted to get saved, even though he knew.
Oh, what Matt Damon did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What
Yeah.
a snake move by Matt Damon there, eh? That
Right?
was
he
crazy.
lured them in because he wanted to get the hell out of there. What really
Yeah.
twists my mind in knots, bro, is the difference in time because
Yeah,
of
on
gravity.
that one planet.
And it's all that, Joseph. It distorts gravity.
Yeah.
Distorts time.
Yeah.
Gravity distorts
It's crazy.
time, which is insane.
They're like, they were gone for like what, 25 or like 20 minutes or something
It
like
was like
that.
years.
And he's like, yeah, how long has it been?
7
It's
years
Like, it's
or
like
something.
23 years, and Matthew McConaughey just loses
crazy.
it, and I'm like, no. It's funny. I sent that saying to my boys literally 2 days ago. I'm like, this is the best part in Interstellar.
Easily
the best part. And he's like, no.
I think
He's
it's
like,
the one that we
1
have
hour
a
here is
hard-
7 years.
Yeah,
exactly.
man. 7 years. I
And
remember
I've seen
that.
this too. Yeah, exactly.
Can you? Look
yeah,
at what it
good.
says. Good. We wait here for GTA 6 to be released.
That's crazy.
Fabian, tell us how you
Yeah.
really feel, brother. Fabian's been waiting for GTA 6 for a minute, man. Give the man what he wants. My goodness. No, but seriously, I think only one objective. And it's
That's
for him
crazy.
to survive so he can actually play the game. Shout out to the Chilean Nightmare, man. Yeah, I know. You and a lot of people, brother. A lot of people have been waiting for that bad boy.
Sorry, Sharif.
Go ahead, Joseph.
Jarhead Trader's been just
your thing, baby.
tagging me throughout the whole day. Sorry, I'm
Get it.
signed out. I don't think I'm gonna sign in anymore here. So you can still tag me, but I don't wanna. Anyways, Jarhead Trader, I see where you're getting at. Please don't spam the chat and message me multiple times to take a look at your ticker. I will do so if I see it. We're just obviously talking fun stuff here because we were trading a lot today, putting on nice trades and everything along those lines. But we need to take a little bit of a step back. But yeah, I don't know about that breakout here, Jarhead. We're going to need that volume to step in. But I see what you're getting at here. Nice sustained volume through this up move. And then on this pullback, you see the volume by time profile really start to cool off. So what we need is this to start to pick up again here. And I think that may happen around 2 o'clock. So thank you very much, Jarhead. Okay, I'm back into the chat. I don't know why it just signs me out randomly sometimes, but that is okay. And here we go, guys. Let's get back into IBIT. I mean, I was red on the day, and then I'm nothing crazy green, but we battled back and we're slightly green here on this session. Oh yeah, the fees. That's why. Okay. So I mean, really, really nice stuff here. Putting on that size. Again, I was trading Nvidia. Wasn't thinking straight at some point, and that turned out to work out really well. Kept the composure, stayed contained, and then we got that big breakout, and we're really excited about that one on this front. So we initially started here, doubled up the position, and then it's just like boom, 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 through that whole ride. And then we literally caught the peak here as well too on that IBIT trade. So nice work. I told you guys I have a bunch of shares and I have a bunch of contracts in my swing account right now that after the show I'm going to be looking to lock in some profits because I don't want to get too greedy. I mean, a really nice trade. Maybe I'll post the profit factor on X as well too, so you guys can go check me out at TraderTV Joseph, and I'll just show you the unrealized. It's nothing crazy, but a nice little, in the span of a week, a nice a mid four-figure gain right there. So we'll lock that in going into the weekend, and we won't be partying or anything. We'll hit the gym and just stay focused because that's essentially what we try to do. So yeah, we'll have some fun. Told Tariff I'm going to a Lebanese spot just in Yorkville, just up the road. We're gonna go check out some. I think it's some halloumi. I know Selena likes halloumi, and that's the cheese. If for those who didn't know. I obviously didn't know.
She likes Lebanese food?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I can't really say I've had it, but we're going to go test it out.
Is what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, I guess so.
Yeah.
We're going to go try it out. So, yeah, I'm sure she's had it, but...
have you ever had tabbouleh? Or some people call it tabbouleh?
No, what is
You got to smash that.
What is that?
Okay, so it's a Lebanese salad, and it's insane.
What is it comes in it?
It's okay. So it's just a regular stuff. There's parsley.
Oh, fire me up.
Parsley. There. I don't know. One of the ingredients I don't know how to say in English, but there's obviously tomatoes. There is like cucumbers.
Bang.
There's green peppers. There's one of the ingredients again I don't know how to say in English, but it's rock solid. And they throw a little lime on there to hang it up.
Any cheese in there?
There is none, but you can throw some. You can throw some feta in that bad boy.
Feta in there.
I wouldn't mind.
There we go. So there we go.
DJ, it's awesome. I dated a Lebanese chick, and she made dinner. Isn't that still Lebanese food? Yes, but Lebanese is spelt wrong. Shout out to Alien Labs.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes, shout out to you.
Natalia, the puppy's good. Thank you. The puppy's good.
Yes, absolutely. Nully, $4.99 super chat, my man. Is it possible for ETH to hit $10,000? Love your show, guys. We love you right back. ETH is having one hell of a day, man.
Is it?
Did you see that?
14%,
Joseph.
Oh, wow.
That ain't a drop in the bucket, baby. Let's show them.
Shout out to Taya.
Yeah, get it. She was on the position board yesterday. Let's have a look at ETH, guys. Here it is. ETH, Ethereum. That's a beautiful looking recovery there. Joseph, we're above $2,000. Like, let's put some respect on this one.
Above 2,000?
We're above 2,000.
Well, I mean, that's still about a 50. Yeah, exactly,
Katina, man,
right?
letting me know. Katina, man, it's actually higher than that, brother.
Yeah,
going back to the COVID days, of course. Can you believe it went to 4,800? We knocked on the door of 5,000. Unlike Bitcoin, this one didn't make all-time highs after the election. It got up. It got into 43 and change, but it's really having trouble. Anyway, we know that this is not the most loved one.
No.
Right? Because there's not a finite amount of them. You can create it. You can mint as many as you want.
Exactly.
So we'll keep an eye out on that, guys. Let's see what everybody's talking about here in the chat. Jamlock, it's called parsley. What did I say? I said parsley, Jamlossy. I swear. Holly, love tabbouleh. Yes. I wasn't an English major either, says Alien Labs. It's all good, bro. I'm just trolling you, man. Spell it the way you want. Not bother me at all. M. Patterson, my girlfriend makes it, man. Oh, I go pick it up from my parents' house once a week. There we go. Okay, so Sid is talking about bulgur. I didn't want to say the Arabic word. Nobody's going to understand what the hell it is. I didn't want to look it up either. Parsley, tomatoes, onions, and lemon juice. You forgot the cucumbers, my man.
Those are all my favorite vegetables right there. Literally,
bro,
I kid you not.
Actually, try it. Make sure to get, even if it's a little bit.
Yeah,
try it. You're going to love it.
I want some chicken. I want some cheese. I want some salad. I want everything.
There's my man Nimrud coming straight from Israel.
There we go.
Parsley, nana mint, bulgur. Again, bulgur. And what else did you say there? That was it. I don't know what nana is. I'm assuming that's
bread, no?
No, that's not.
Naan bread.
That's Indian bread. Yeah. Mint, apparently, maybe in Hebrew, nana means mint. It's, what's mint in Arabic? It's, I know this, bro. It's slipping from my mind right now, but it'll come back to me.
It'll come back to you.
Yeah. So it's definitely not NAN. Otherwise, it would have triggered my memory. All right, guys. Yeah, we're talking a little bit of food here as we're calming everything down. Atisha, nice bounce off V. I was watching and waiting for that one. Yeah, I see it, Tisha. Good defend to 7 too. It doesn't even make its way down to 7, Tisha. 7.15. That's all they could do here. And now it's got a couple of bottoming tail candles, by the way. Still south of 8 though, Tisha. I don't know, man. These small caps are all starting to, give up the ghost a little bit. Not badly. I would say Pony looks the best. I don't know how you feel about this one, Tisha, but Pony right now, the one that I'm looking at here, because it's trading near highs. Pony AI is the stock we're talking about, guys, PONY. It's at the highs, 1768 right now. It's taken out all the highs. Here's a chart for PONY. Not as parabolic as it has been the last few days, but an upward channel and a respectable one nonetheless. Trading at the high, 1771. Every time I'm looking, it's printed a new high here on Pony AI. And I know the big boys talk about this one as well. I've heard them talk about Pony. They've got an association with Uber now for autonomous vehicle driving. So obviously associated with a big name, cannot hurt. So that's my look there. Now, that's it.
All right.
And what he called it? He called it something way different than me.
How do you say it?
Mana or now.
Now.
Yeah. There's a there's a letter in Arabic
Hey,
that we don't have in English. So like when you hear non-Arabic people try to say it, it's jokes.
Hey,
yeah, but there's many different sounds as well.
How is Palantir still this strong, man? Still around.
There's a Katina Man's in it. That's
Katina
why,
Man, you
bro.
bought it all.
Oh, there he is. He's popping up from the bottom of the screen. QBTS, he says, is the most on the day, right? It's definitely not more important than Palantir. On the move on the day, absolutely. Let's have a look at QBTS, guys, because all the quantum names reported today, in case you're wondering.
Wow.
Yeah, well, let's have a look over here, Joseph. Into the high of the day. My goodness, fantastic. Look, right back to the top end of the range, huh?
What's RGTI
on QBTS
doing?
Rigetti, yeah, it's going to be probably just as good, at the high of the day as well.
QBTS was definitely the play of the day. There's no question about that. What made you pick that up there, Katina Man?
Because all of them reported, brother. The sticky note, obviously, make sure you're getting that every day.
Sticky note.
On the Katina Man's X account, and he does post it on Instagram as well. And I love, by the way, I really like the new format that Marissa's been doing with the swipe thing. It's fantastic. Makes everything a lot easier to read. Shout out to the Katina Man and Marissa always helping out as well in the Katina household there, Joseph.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we got a minute left here, guys. We can go over the trades. Absolutely sick stuff there.
He's joking.
Yeah, it's all right. This guy's a joker. Yeah, John, you seen that? Right, exactly. That's all we got to do, brother, is just embrace it. But the Chilean nightmare partying behind us as
there
well,
he
too.
is.
So
What's going on?
It's been a good day here, guys. We don't have too much time, so we'll just go over the two. I only traded 2 names today. Yeah, there you go.
Boy.
IBIT, boom, we sat in through that the whole session with you guys right around 11 a.m. to where we're currently sitting, where I finally got my last out right at 148 there. So there you go, sitting through that trade that whole time. And then we had Nvidia that we would have had it would have been more than a money storm on that one, Nvidia. It would have been a hurricane or something like that, or whatever the largest category type of storm there is. But here we go. We got.
I love how hurricanes have 2 different names depending on where in the world. Cyclones. There's another one too. Cyclone, hurricane, and another one. Isn't there another one?
I don't even know.
I don't know.
But yeah, there's that on NVDL, guys. We'll take the L's on that one, but that would have been a nice move. And that's what I was looking for, VWAP there. So there we go. Solid day, guys. A typhoon.
Typhoon, that's it.
Shout out Mike DeRider, my guy.
Mike DeRider coming
Mike
hot.
DeRider, my
Coming in
guy.
hot, man.
Much loved
3
brother.
different names.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Depending on
That's
where
insane.
they show up, Joseph.
Mike DeRider on the ball.
Oh, yeah.
As always there, guys. Adios to AMD that is now broken and heading towards a pivot low. But I mean, it's 2 o'clock, Sharif.
Yes,
I'm hungry. I'm sure that you're pretty hungry yourself. So
I've been snacking. I've been snacking on these bad boys over here.
What is that there?
It is actually dates.
Dates.
So, yeah.
Dates. All right, dates. I'm not gonna go down that road. But anyways, solid day, guys. So much fun. I'm gonna load that snippet up of that IBIT trade live on X. So go follow your boy at TraderTV Joseph, and also check out for options updates as well, too, guys.
Welcome back, everybody. Make sure we're not muted here. Wow. Donald Trump said to buy, and he meant it.
You said again?
Yeah, it was in the middle. It was. Well, that was the big spike up. You were swimming.